All right, you guys are tuned in to the Lyrical Fix podcast, episode 37.
Woo! 30
37.
motherfuckers, 7. Yeah,
Not even a special number, just 37. That's
just
it.
37. It has no significance to us at all.
No, not at all. Just
No.
figured a round of applause.
It's just nice. Not a lot of podcasts make it to 37. Some
No, we've
stop.
been
Some don't make it to
super
10.
consistent. No,
This
not
is
at
like
all.
we're like on 2.0 of the podcast already, and we're already at episode 37. Like, you know what? Yeah, you know what? We should just give ourselves another round of applause just for that. Just for all the shit. Goddamn right. In case you didn't know, my name is Kid Pro.
My name is Sade.
It's a fucking Lyrical Fix, man. At the Lyrical Fix Pod on IG. Check us out on Apple, Audio Mac, Anchor, Spotify, YouTube, all the other podcast distributors out there. Make sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe. Leave us good feedback, all that bullshit. Don't be one of these lame, corny, weirdo motherfuckers that want to drop these stupid ass comments on people saying that we're not a dynamic duo. The fuck is you talking about? The fuck is you talking about? All right, Mr. Anonymous person, keyboard warrior, clicking and clacking, talking your bullshit,
I'm so using this as a
calling
clip.
us, calling us dull and dry. Who the fuck are you? Have
Technically,
you
I
even
was dull and
listened?
dry.
Technically they said you, but I don't believe that shit at all. Who
Yeah.
the hell are you? Okay? She's
I
got
mean, I
more
have.
funny bone, and I'm pointing at her thinking that she's on that side of the screen, so when we replay this, she might be on that side, so whatever side she's on. She's got more funny in her fucking pinky than any of you motherfuckers got in your whole goddamn body. Shut the fuck up. Can't
It's a little
stand you,
pinky
piece
too.
of shit. You fucking internet trolls ain't good for a goddamn thing out here. I swear to God. Giving
No.
us a fucking bullshit 1-star rating. You heard one episode, you heard one part, or you're friends with somebody that don't fucking like it. Get over yourself. Guys, man, I swear to God, you fucking little trolls.
Oh,
Horny. Hey, we just out here trying to do our own fucking thing. We ain't trying to mess with nobody. We ain't here fucking with nobody's pages. We ain't reporting nobody's comments. We not sending no type of hate, no type of shots, nothing nowhere. We not interfering with nobody's algorithm. We not getting into nobody's shit, talking to followers, saying, nah, you shouldn't do nothing with this person, nothing like that. And motherfuckers are still coming at us like we did something wrong out here. We just trying to fucking get our shit together, get our fucking numbers up, get our reviews and shit in order. We trying to move, man.
fuck
Like,
yeah.
make no mistake, we are not making some crazy ass amount of podcast money. We are not famous. We are not Joe Budden. We're not Joe Rogan, former celebrities that all of a sudden have a podcast that gets millions of views per week. We are not that. We are at the absolute bottom of the barrel, and we are catching hate for no apparent reason at all, other than some people are just angry that we're doing things our own way.
Yeah. Or probably angry because I fired her, but you know that happens. Whatever.
I'm not even speaking about that. I'm speaking about people in general that are just hating for no goddamn apparent reason at all. If it happens to
Yeah.
be that, then so be it. But other than that, that shouldn't be going on, period. If we're all supposed to be creatives and supporting each other and all this, then why the fuck is this happening? I'm sorry to get so animated. When I get mad like that, my hands move. Shit, man. Like, it's quarantine. Like, Prospect said it best. We were talking about the other day.
Yeah.
How stupid can you be to have a beef during quarantine? Like, we're all stuck at home. We're
Yeah.
all worried about our health. There's a new fucking disease out here that's killing people. We should be worrying about that and taking care of ourselves. But here we are trying to beef with people online over some stupid,
I don't
silly,
even
insignificant shit like a
I don't
podcast.
even remember what I said in that. Like when me, you, and Prospect were talking about it. Oh, because he was saying like, "Oh, this isn't the right time for that," and I'm like, "Well, no." I was like, "Technically, it's the right time to face your demons. It's the wrong time to be wanting to not be okay. Like because you're not okay with yourself, it's the wrong time to be lashing out at people. That's for sure."
Fair enough,
It's
yeah, man.
it's the
Because
wrong time for all that shit. And then Prospect made a point like, yeah, because what happens when all this is done, and you're gonna see that person in public? What do you think is gonna happen? Like you broke a bond over no fucking reason because you're at home. Like when you face your own demons, like you got to be stuck in your own head. You got to reflect and all that shit. And if you're not good with it, like those type of people, that those minds are scary. I woun't want to be in them either. So I understand, but you know,
I get it, man. It's just look, ain't no need for
what
the
can you
fucking
do?
hate out here, man. It really is no need for this shit. It's bullshit. Like we're stuck at home. Like
Mhm.
I could be at your place. We could be at a fucking studio doing this shit. We're doing it from each other's homes. Fucking camera shit here. Like, come on, man.
And shout out to Nisa for the opening beat for today
Yes,
and the rest of
yes.
May. Ha, that
Nisa, you are
rhymed.
awesome. Thank you so much.
I was like, oh
Nisa,
shit.
thank you so much.
Mhm.
Oh man. No, no, she's awesome. I heard got to hear the beat pack that you sent me when I was doing the clips,
Mhm.
and she's got great how long has she been producing for? Did you get that info? We're gonna have to get it.
No, no, I
All
gotta
right, so
get
we got
it.
to get her on. All right, we got to get her on then so we can figure it out because I like to be able to
Yeah.
interview at least all the producers that we have too. We got to give them some more shine.
Yeah, we gotta get buggy because I realized
Yeah,
when
yeah, we do him too.
for our for the chop up today, one of our guests, I realized I'm like, damn, so we have pretty much like got on either a full interview or just like okay, like a quick second they're on.
Yeah, quick
Um,
chop up.
yeah, like a quick chop up. We had Malik, we had Stubble. Trying to think who else. We had OB and then Buggy we missed. He was September or something like that. I forgot what month he
Yeah,
was.
we gotta get Savvy.
Savvy, shit,
Gotta
yeah.
get,
How did I
gotta
forget
get
about
Savvy.
Savvy?
So, it's all
Mhm.
right. We gonna talk about Savvy actually later. A little
Yeah.
foreshadowing. But let's get real quick. So that I mean, as far as the week goes,
Mhm.
um, yeah, that little thing that I just talked about right there, that was bothering me for a little bit of the week, even though you just told me a couple days ago, but still,
Yeah.
regardless. Other than
There
that,
you go.
it's been good. Stepping up the workout, so I'm hurting, I'm sore. Got some
Mm.
CBD oil that's been helping out with the
Nice.
soreness. You know what I mean? My quadrilaterals, my humerus is all types of sore right now. You know,
So
when you're a
yeah,
master,
ass is sore too.
yeah, yeah. When you're a master of the calisthenic arts, it takes a toll on your body. But
Isolations and all. I hate you.
yeah,
You're so
my my plyometric routine is unlike any other.
oh
I take
Jesus.
I take the master class. Like I don't believe in beginner or novice level YouTube videos. Okay, I go expert and up.
You are so fucking. I used to work with a this guy who was trying to in the process like I even wrote up his contracts, helped do his logo, and he's gonna try to bring it up again. This personal trainer, and as he was studying for his test, he would like ask me questions. I'm like, I don't even know what, and he's like, okay, no. I'm like, that no, you don't study like that. So we switched the book around, and I'm reading it to him, and I'm asking him questions. I'm like, I don't know how to pronounce half this stuff. Like, I'm just looking
All the
at the
body
book, like,
parts.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know how to do this shit. Yeah, I don't, yo, people think, I know there's a lot of personal trainers out there that think it's like, well, not personal trainers. Oh, shout out to Q. I really miss Q. Um,
You.
not like personal trainers themselves, but people out there who think they're trainers. Bro,
Mm.
when you have to do that test and you have to like get in depth about it and make sure
Oh
that
yeah.
shit is that shit is hard.
Yeah, I know a couple people, couple my homies that do the personal training stuff, and they say it's no joke. Like you really got to learn
Mm-mm.
every part of the human anatomy, every part of the
Yeah.
body, how the reflexes and joints move, and how they
Mhm.
connect. Like, yeah, it's
Because
not
if you
just some
work out
simple.
one, yeah, if you work out
Yeah,
one thing, you're affecting something else.
yeah. You can't tell a nigga to do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and you a trainer. Like, fuck out of here.
No,
Like, it's
well,
so
there's a
much
lot of
more.
people out there,
Like,
but
I
yeah.
mean, a lot. Yeah, me myself, I look for different routines. I'll read up on shit. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not a fucking expert or
Mhm.
anything by any means, but like, I at least do my research and see, okay, what works this body part? How should I split up my days? I got to do
Yeah.
as much research as a person should, when they're trying to
Mhm.
learn about something. But like I said, I'm not an expert. But shout out
Yeah.
to the experts.
Yeah, I got a lot of free info from him, and then my cousin was also personal, like was also training.
Hmm.
He used to train with Q, so I got a lot of free info.
Oh, word,
I should,
that's what's up.
yeah,
Yeah, I
I
always
should
be
probably
asking
pay them,
random
but fuck
questions.
out. Yeah, same. When before me and Q started actually working together with all this other shit and like check it. I would like because my cousin had introduced me because I used to go to that gym, and I'd be like, "Hi, can you help me real quick?" Now I'm not asking for like a half hour session, but I just need to know like why is this hurting me right now? They're like, okay,
Hey,
adjust this way and you're good. I'm like, all right, bet, thanks.
like I don't want, yeah, like sometimes it's weird. I want to come up to the guy like, hey Q, I got saggy man boobs. What would you recommend?
You know, you could do that. You know Q by now. Q be like, he'll just laugh at you and be like, all right, this is what you do.
Yo, my nigga, I got the turkey shit under my arms. Like what I gotta do to get
The wings.
get right. I got the wings up here. What I gotta do to get right out here? You know what I mean?
Shit.
I got the dad bod showing up. I'm trying to get right before the summertime.
Lord,
Ugh.
I was so good last week. I was doing like I would do like a quick session in the morning, quick session at night. So I was doing really good at it. It was sore as fuck. And then this week, I think I did something on Monday, and that's about it. I fucked up.
That's
I
about
fell off. Yeah,
I,
I
I'm doing
fell
the
off.
past 3 days. Tomorrow's my rest day. I'm taking advantage. I did a leg day, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
paying for it. Oh man,
Leg day
but
was always
whatever.
my favorite, but then I'm always worried about like, damn, what if I get like a Kardashian ass? I'm like always so worried. I'm like, damn, I don't want to
Nah,
do it
as
too
long as you're
much.
working it out, you're fine. I mean, the whole thing with them is they look like the ants. They got the ant bodies,
Mm-hmm.
little slim legs, big ass. Yeah, that shit just doesn't look right. The ass to thigh ratio is always off with them. That's why it looks so weird. But you're
Yeah.
natural, so you won't have that issue if you start working out.
No, thank God.
Yeah,
That'd
do
be
your
scary.
squats.
Oh fuck yeah.
Do your
All
squats.
right.
That's all I know. There, do your squats, ladies. All right.
Leg extensions. There's man
Leg
shit.
extensions. Yeah, man. Get a
There's
resistance
hella
band in
shit.
there. Lift weights.
Okay, wait. So this is not related, but related.
Uh,
So quick story. So talking about that shit. You know, like
don't
the
be
glute
dull.
bridge. Shut up. You know the glute bridge.
Hmm.
Okay. So I warned my friend that I was gonna tell this story. He told me not to, but who cares? He was visiting our friend, and this other girl was too. And they were out drinking, chilling. They were sleeping over our friend's house, and I'll just say it in Florida, in Miami. And then they were fucked up. They were talking, and they're like, you know what? Let's just fuck around. And they're fucking around in the living room. And then I'm just like, okay. So like, what? Because he's telling me this. I'm like, ill. First off, ill. I've known that girl. Not ill because the girl is cute. She's cool, but it's just like these are my two friends from high school. Like that's just awkward. Like you guys don't even look like a match. Like that's just weird.
The way you just
And then
explained that, did that really go down like that? He just said, "Hey, let's just fuck around," and she was
I
like,
don't.
"Okay," or was it
I
more?
honestly, I don't. He didn't really tell me the details like that. He's like, I don't even know how it happened. He's like, I feel like she came on to me, and I was just like, all right, whatever. And I don't think they're each other's types at all. But it was just like, all right, let's fool around, let's fuck around, whatever.
Oh, it's one of those weird hookups. Got you.
Yeah, it was super weird,
Yeah.
and it got even weirder. So not only was no, I would say this happened afterwards. So there was some whiskey dick. He was just like,
Mm.
I couldn't. He was like, I knew it. I felt it coming. Like, damn, like there's about to be some whiskey dick. He was like, and I'm still just trucking it on. And all of a sudden, she does this like super weird move. I'm like, what do you mean? He was like, well, I was on top. I'm like, okay. He's like, I was like, well, what did she do? He was like, she tried to do like a glute bridge from the bottom. I'm like, what? like, I'm like, but how? I was like, I mean, cause he's like this. You've met him before. Super diesel. Like he's just fucking. He has to be not. I feel like he's all muscle, like no fat on him. And she's a super tiny, skinny girl. So I'm like,
Right.
how did she even lift you? I'm like, he was like, no, she just like it hurt because she's just like thrusting against me. He was like, I didn't know what the fuck was happening, and then she all of a sudden goes, ugh, I love dick so much. And he was like, that's it. And he was just like, oh, I'm sorry, whiskey dick. He was like, it wasn't even whiskey dick. I just, after that comment and then the pelvic thrust, he was like, I just couldn't.
What? So he didn't like hearing her say that,
No, so
or
he was like
the way she said
something,
it?
I think, that's why I asked him. I was like, because I found that funny. Like, I love dick. Like, I thought that was hilarious.
I don't know
But
if that's me. If I'm hearing that during sex, I'm not turned off. I mean,
I don't know what it was about it. I just think he's super sorry. When he got off like this serious relationship, he's a relationship guy,
mm,
but then he was trying I kept like telling him like, yo, live your best whole life. Like fuck around, like whatever. So he did, but at the same time he was like, man, like I just want a girl, whatever.
yeah, it didn't work out for him.
No, like
from
he's
the
still
whole
like
phase.
he slowed down a little bit, but he's not in a relationship yet. Like he's just still like kind of fucking around.
Right, right.
And he's like, but something like that, I could see how it would turn him off because he's a relationship guy. So if you appear to be a hoe, then he's just like, nah, like I don't. That's not cute to him, I guess. So if for a girl to be like that,
Who's
oh
bridge?
sorry, I just had a burp. For a girl to be like that, and I told him, I'm like, was it really? Wasn't it just the glute bridge? Was it like the thrusting that kind of? He was like, well, for because she's skinny. He was like, that shit fucking hurt. And he just had to be like, he was like, I'm trying to hold her hips down. Like, no, it's cool. And then she just kept doing. He's like, no, it's cool. Like you can stop. Like you can stop. Like because it kept hurting him. And then yeah, he was just not feeling that. And so I
No.
told him, I'm like, maybe it was the glute bridge. He was just like, it
Maybe
was.
maybe it was the culprits.
He was like, yeah, but he was like, but just like randomly saying, cause he was, what did he say? He's like, if she said, I love your dick, then, or I love fucking you, then he was like, I would have been cool with that. That shit would have fucking overcame the whiskey dick. But for the fact that, well, like like it would have bypassed, like, okay, she likes me, so fuck it. Like, like I'm gonna ignore the glute bridge. But I guess for the fact that it was just like, I love dick so much. I guess that
Instead of
alone was like,
instead of her saying your, instead of
she,
her
no,
saying to his,
yeah, she didn't refer, like, she just, because I
she said it
think
in general.
the abundance of, I think his thought on it was like, okay, so she likes an abundance of dick. I don't. That's how I'm seeing it. Because as I told him, I'm like, is it because
I mean, I guess I could
it
see
could
it.
be an abundance of dick because
I
she
could
she
see.
is like that. But
I could see it.
she also came off like a crazy relationship that she was in her prime the whole life.
Mm-mm.
So they were kind of living the same life, but she just liked it more, and he's just like, meh, waiting for the next girl kind of thing.
That was a very whole face thing to say.
What?
That what she said.
Oh,
Instead of
yeah.
saying she loves his, she just said it in general. I can see like if the shoes were on the other foot, and you're fucking
Hmm.
with a dude, and he just says to you, "Oh, I love pussy." So you're saying, "I love your pussy." I can see
Yeah.
you taking it a certain way.
Yeah, because I told him because he had mentioned that too. He's like, well, what if blah blah blah. I'm like, if Juan said, I mean, it's common sense. Like,
Yeah, but the situation is
yeah,
different because they're not in a relationship. You guys are. So the fact that they're
yeah,
both just single, having casual sex, and she just says out of nowhere, "Oh, I love," and not saying "I love
yeah.
yours." Yeah, yeah, I can see that being taken a
Kind
weird
of
way.
awkward.
I'd be a
Yeah,
little weirded out actually. Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Cause
you put it
and
that way.
yeah, she doesn't really have a deep voice, but he said it was kind of in a deep voice. But I think it was like maybe her attempt at a sexy voice. Like, oh
Oh, well, see, the
yeah.
voice is different. Yeah, no, maybe if her voice got you, oh yeah, I love dick.
That shit was just so funny. I've been sitting on that story. This happened maybe like a year or 2 years ago. I've been waiting. I've been waiting.
it's, I can't like I can say if I'm having sex, I can say I love pussy in a deep voice and it sounds cool. I can't say it
But
in a high voice.
but
I
yes, like if you're
can't say
doing the
like
opposite, no.
yeah, like I can't say like the sizzling plate of fajitas just came to my table. Oh, I love pussy. I can't say I can't be like that.
It was the strangest shit because this was around the time of the triangle situation. So I'm telling my friend about it, and
Oh, the
then
dreaded triangle.
yeah, it's just the triangle thing. It just got so toxic and annoying to hear about constantly that I was telling like a friend that's outside of the triangle who like she's been around it, that even she's getting tired of having to listen and like hear the side, kind of always vent to us about it, that she even lashed out at him. She's like, oh my god, just leave the bitch already. And I didn't say anything like that, but I'm tired of it too, so that's why I stopped talking about the triangle. It was
All
just
right, fair enough.
it's a triangle that's in a vicious cycle. It's just fucking weird, so I never got
Fair
back
enough.
into it. But I was telling, like, me and my friend kind of had like a lunch date, and I was telling him about it, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna stop talking about it, but I'm definitely gonna share. I've never got to live a whole life, unfortunately, but I have a lot of friends who do, so I think I'm just gonna start sharing their stories. and this was months ago. And he was just like, "Do not fuck it." I'm like, "Shit, I don't,
You're like,
I don't."
you're gonna
Who's
end up
gonna?
being like, you're gonna end
Huh?
up being like, you're gonna end up being like the Nas of podcasting, just telling everybody else's story from your window.
1,000%, 1,000%.
Every week you're just doing Elmatic. Yo, I knew this shorty. She was in a triangle.
Oh my god, I'm crying. Like I have. Oh, there's another story. I'm not gonna say it now. I'll save it. But
I knew this nigga fucked a bitch into a glute bridge.
it was so. It was hilarious because like he had told me, say if it was like a Monday, I think 2 days later he had texted me. He's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I'm like, "No, I'm chilling. I'm at the gym." And then he's like, "Oh, okay. What are you doing? What day is it?" Because he's a huge gym rat, so he's asking me hella questions. I was like, "It's not a leg day. My leg days were when I was at the gym consistently were Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's Wednesday. I think it was whatever. I forgot what it was." And I told him like, "Oh yeah, it's leg day. You know, just glute bridging it up." He was like, "If you don't shut the fuck up." I'm like, yeah, so I don't like this hostility. I'm at the gym and I clicked on him and he just texted me. He's like, "You don't," he's like, fuck, what did he say? I forgot. But he was just mad that I had mentioned the story. He was, because he had said, he was like, "Don't ever repeat the story ever again."
Yo,
I was like, all right, no problem. I did it for months. For months.
The title of this episode is The Glute Bridge.
Oh,
That's
no,
just
for
it.
sure.
The
Glute
Glute
bridge.
Bridge.
All right.
The Glute Bridge. The Glute Bridge.
All right, let me write it down before I forget.
That's it,
But
yeah, the glute
and I'll be
bridge.
like, just glute bridging it up. And he just got so pissed for
Glute Bridging It
months.
Up is the title. Glute Bridging It Up.
That same friend has a really funny story about some strippers. Maybe I'll say that. I'll save that for another day.
Glute Bridge. I
Yeah.
don't want to hear nobody talk to me about a glute bridge no more after this. Jesus.
But and I no one time no mind you, we were at the diner when we were having lunch and I acted it out at the diner. I was like, "So wait, was she doing this?" And I got around. He was just like, "You know what the fuck a glute bridge is? Stop acting it out." And he's looking around like, "Stop it."
You know what the fuck it is?
You know what the fuck? I'm like, I'm just making sure because I don't glute bridge while having sex, so I
That's
don't
just
fucking
funny.
know.
That's just funny telling that to a gym rat. He's like, you know what it is. Stop playing with me.
And shit. Oh my god, because he just before he said glute bridge, he just like a pelvic thrust. I'm like, but why would she be thrusting anything? You said you were on top. I'm like, no, it was like this thrust. I was like, was she? And I'm trying to figure it out. And then he did the move, and I'm like, "Oh, you mean a glute bridge?"
See, he's
like, yeah.
he's on. Yeah, this is how I'm gonna break it down in my head. This is how my brain works. He's on top of her, but he's not on her. He's like up. She's laying down on her back. He's up, grabbing her by the hips. He's like on his knees and shit. And then she could do the glute bridge while he's inside her.
See, that's normal.
That makes sense.
See,
that's
makes
what
sense.
I'm imagining in my head.
That's what I thought. Mind you, this is also horrific for me because I've known them since high school. So, and this is my best friend. So I'm like, I don't need to imagine you having sex. Like, I really don't. He was like, "Come on." He was like, "I'm a fucking sexy piece of shit." I'm like, "No, but I don't see you that way." So I'm like, "No, I don't need to see this." So I was like, "All right, but I really want to know what happened." Because he stopped the story. I'm like, "No, it's bothering me. Like, I love Cheeseman too much. Like, you have to tell me what the fuck happened." So then if he wasn't, that's what I said to him. I was like, "So were you up and she was down? Like, was it an L?" It's like, "Was it an L?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "No, I was literally on top of her."
I can't
And she
believe
just
that.
like that.
No,
That's yeah.
I can't believe that. That's
Oh
tough.
man.
That's funny as hell. All right, hold up, man. Break that shit. Break.
So you guys, we are back with the chop up this week. We got 2 guests, and our first one is coming in right now. Let me add him in.
Yeah, I like that when we start, we just get right into a conversation. But
Yeah.
Lyrical Fix family, we are honored, we are blessed as always to have another big spitter in the house right now. I met this gentleman at a Where Beats Meets Bars. Forgot what edition. There's so many every month.
Morristown.
At Morristown. Shout out to Keith Chandler, Andy, Curlin.
Andy and Curlin, the whole True and Living.
Whole fam, True and Living fam out there. I met this foreign artist. Saw him rapping. Also where I met Ish K as well. our guest from a couple weeks back. But this dude, incredible spinner, saw him just freestyling off of everything in the room and just calling stuff out and was impressed right away, man. Shout out to Nova Soprano in the building with us today. You know what I mean? Much love to you. Can we get a round of applause, Sade, please? And the air horns and all that stuff. You already know what it is.
Man, we old school. We gonna do applause. We from the flex era with the bombs in the air.
You already know, man. All the time, bro. And I already
Damn,
tell by the
bombs.
MTV rap shirt that you got on too.
Oh no, nah, I wore this especially for y'all, man. Lyrical.
Yeah, I love it.
Y'all know what this is, man. This is
I got the same one. No, I have where it's like the big. I have the big MTV, and it just says "Yo," and then raps is in the MTV logo.
The actual logo, because if you remember, maybe 5-10 years back, Yo Gotti has this chain, but instead of it, Yo
Gotti is right.
Like everybody's like, oh man. TV raps, I know about that, but you have to live through it, man. I was a kid watching.
It was different.
Man. Come on, man. Dr. Dre and Ed Lover, come on, man.
Watching my favorite spitters up there, man. For real, that was it.
See, that's how you know who really was about this shit when you mentioned Dr. Dre and Ed Lover, and they think the other Dr. Dre.
Man, listen, we talking about Dre, Lover. Who's the man?
Come on, son. That's the
man.
Yo, I could give you history. Who's the Man soundtrack is where Biggie's Party and Bullshit popped off on, if you remember.
Fun fact right there. There you go. See?
Yep. That one I knew.
I believe this, man. See, you don't need, dudes don't know about that, man. Come on. I was a kid, man. I was a 10-year-old kid in a house.
Now, we also telling our age right now by saying that, which is fine.
Man, I'm golden.
There you go.
Wisdom, baby.
I'm in the golden era as well. I got the salt and pepper in the beard. I feel you, bro.
Salt and pepper beard with the broccoli Tims. I'm cool.
That's right. That's what it's all about.
Oh,
I was talking
about broccolis. I miss those.
That reminds me, man. It reminds me of how young these kids are. I was talking to a coworker at my last job. I was like, he's telling me that he was in first grade when he heard Ether. I lost my shit. I lost my shit.
Listen, Ether cost me $1,000.
Talk about it.
How?
Let's hear it.
$1,000.
So you bet on who's gonna have the better diss track?
Listen, I'll never forget. I was a 12th grader, just moved to Ohio the year before, and my cousin is an avid Nas fan, and me, of course, man. It's like the two kids in the project, the bookworm and the hustler. The hustler got all the pretty girls. The bookworm was Nas, but he still hung with the killers and the murderers. You feel me?
Word.
Yeah.
So before like the internet had just started popping off. Remember?
Yeah. Of course.
That summer I came home to Jersey and I was up in Harlem, right? Isaac's Music Hut. I ain't go if you know what I'm talking. That shows you who you. Isaac's Music Hut. We was up there wilding, and it was just like you heard the takeover. I heard the takeover beforehand. I had some friends who ran with Rockefeller, so I knew some goon. Like I knew the dudes behind the scenes that was part of Jay's crew, the shooters, if you say.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was on 144th and Lenox, you know what I mean? That's where Jay and 140th, between 140th and 145th, Rockefeller had a strip there that they reported to Biggs's block. Well, man, I happened to be on that block because I had some homies. So they playing Takeover. Takeover just been recorded. This is fresh off of Summer Jam. So we on the block, we geeked. That night, Nas dropped Stillmatic over the full beat. Mom, sorry who the fuck I am. And he went through, shoot through Breeze, ripped the freeway. And he's like, shoot through Memphis with money bags. Then right back to the top of New York, remove the fake king. Everybody was like, ooh. I was like, yeah, that's shy. Jay about to cook his ass. Yo, December, I think it was December 13th or December 26th, because Jay dropped the Unplug album, right? I was a senior in high school. I'll never forget that day, December 7th. K. Slade dropped Ether on Hot 97 on his mixtape. When you heard that, I go to my cousin, oh shit, this nigga done dug the soul of Tupac up. I was in military. We was in the car. You know when you in high school, before you go home, you try to get your weed off before you go. Your parents don't know. So you can spray up, go in the crib, take a quick shower, fold your weed clothes up and watch when they come home. we park in the car. We twisting up. got some haze. I'll never forget what I had on. I had an all black Rock.A.A tracksuit. If you remember those Rock.A.A tracks,
Yeah.
I had one.
I just dipped in my pouch. I had like a couple stacks in there. We had made a bet prior when Takeover came out September 11th, because we left school early that day after the Towers thing.
Right.
So we listening to Takeover, and I was like, "Yo, Jay just cooked them." So I bet him and my man $500 apiece. So then
Oh, you cut off.
They were like double or nothing. So when the tape came out, we were the first ones with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I swear to God, nobody had heard it. We pull up on the block. I just got it from my man. Flew in and he called me like, "Yo, stop by my house. You ain't gonna like what I got." And he was a part of Rockefeller, so I took the CD. It had the do not bootleg, because that's when the Fed started using the new technology to where if an artist uses, they could use that waterprint the major labels using. If you ever burn added on the internet, it automatically traced back to you because of the security code the CD had. So it had the Rock logo on it, right? The Sony joint. I slid the CD in, and we in the hood. There you hear that. Fuck Jay-Z. Everybody, I just go fuck. In my head, I go fuck. He just woke up Tupac. My cousin goes, yeah. Friends. That's what my cousin said to signal me that he knew who that was. 4 minutes, 38 seconds of raw, utter destruction. I sat in that car.
Absolutely.
I will never forget. I had like all 20s in my pouch. I just went in and just went like, I threw it on the ground. My cousin was like, "How disrespectful," but thank you. The church took on type donations. He unwrapped it. He's like, "Yo, Kirk, here you go." He folded his money. That whole ride home, I didn't talk because my cousin had it on repeat. He's like, "Damn, Jay gonna have to chill for." He goes, "Jay down."
Rubbing it in your face.
But that was a huge fucking moment.
The craziest part about that, the two craziest part about that is, one, that Ron Browse did the beat.
Yeah,
that was so random.
And Kanye did the beat for Takeover. So imagine.
Yeah. Like, because beat-wise, we're always going to say that Takeover was a better beat.
Takeover? Like, no.
What, than Ether? Oh, come on.
Man, listen. Takeover had the rock sample, right? And then Jay got the dude who originally sang on the sample to sing in the background. That wasn't a sample who was doing the lame. No, that was he had the dude come and actually do the actual ad-libs.
Wait. Because that was a Doors sample. You telling me he got Jim Morrison?
Jim Morrison flew to New York. There's a picture.
Get the fuck out.
I thought he. Hold on. Did Morrison die? The Morrison was part of the 27 Club.
It was not Jim Morrison.
Morrison's part of the 27 Club. He died at 27.
He died at 27, but I think he got a rocker. He sampled it from the group, and I think the member of the group.
Okay, all right. You scared me because
that was a member of the group. The Doors came to New York.
Okay, you scared me there, sir.
Here's the joke, right?
All right.
Yeah. He recorded Takeover the night he did the Summer Jam screen. That's what nobody knows. That afternoon, Jay was in Baseline. Okay. When he had the Spreewell jersey on, remember he performed at Summer Jam. He did a BET show that afternoon. Remember the 20 countdown where you pick your 20 favorite records if you had coming out? Jay did that. The day he did that, that's the day he recorded Takeover. That's why the verses were so fresh in his head.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got that.
I heard that one. I heard that story. Yeah.
From Baseline, he flew a helicopter. The rest of the crew took a motorcade to the I forget where it was like some Nassau College. No, it was in Nassau. I forget the arena they did it in. It wasn't Meadowlands at the time. It's like the following years they brought it to Jersey, but it was somewhere like in Nassau County.
Got you.
When Jay did that freestyle, we always like, oh, he dropped Takeover. Everybody was going crazy. But when he did Ether, yo, I don't care where you were.
And that was the second thing. That's the second crazy part, that this wasn't like a record that, Takeover came 1 week and then Nas dropped the next week. He didn't drop for like months. This guy had months to prepare for that shit.
December 11th, December 7th, that's when it dropped.
And so it's like, who knows how many versions this dude went through?
Who, Nas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went through 3 versions of Ether before he dropped
the original version, the original Ether joint.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
On it. And on that joint, he got, like, I've heard it.
That one I heard.
He really went in, like, if it would have came out, people would have been pissed with Nas because Nas went for Aaliyah, saying he wished Hoe would have with Aaliyah, but he got Large Professor talked him down. Then Ron Brown sent the beat. He left to go on vacation in the Bahamas. It was in the Bahamas. He got the beat from Ron Browse.
Okay.
And then Ron Browse didn't hear it until Nas called him to come mix and master. I think a couple days before it was supposed to come out.
All right, see that I didn't know, so I'm gonna have to hear that if that version is still around. I need to hear that.
That version, you gotta know somebody that knows somebody. Like, I know somebody that's like that was close to Swiss that let me hear it at the studio. Swiss was the studio that they're working. I think it was like I forget, it was like Chung. What's that damn studio name?
Which one?
It was where Nas recorded. He recorded Illmatic, some of Illmatic, and I just don't remember. It's like a Chinese name. I'm trying to remember the name.
Oh, but shit.
I was thinking Quad Studios, but
Quad. He didn't record Illmatic. He recorded
it. It wasn't Quad.
It's not Baseline. It's not.
No, Baseline was Hove and
Yeah, Baseline what?
Believe City.
I can't think. I know there's so many famous like New York studios.
Yeah, like it's
just escaping me right now.
Well, my man,
but
like,
that was such a huge fucking moment.
It was
huge moment. Like I'm not gonna lie. I grew up a Nas fan, and my brother huge Jay-Z fan. And Takeover came out, and and he tried to be like, oh, like, what you gonna say now? I'm like, all right, it's good. I mean, I loved Jay-Z, but at the time, like, I was so into, like, the lyrics and everything. And then when Ether came out, I remember we were in the car, and he had picked me up from school or whatever.
Quiet as hell, driving you home, huh?
Yeah. No, actually, I remember he took me to, like, you know, the CD places that used to be up around here. And we went over, we're driving back home. It comes on, and he was just quiet. And I was just like, oh, what you got to say now? Fuck Jay-Z. And then as soon as that dropped, he was just like...
That ain't issue.
Exactly.
Yeah, a little bit. I had to run.
I put you down, you walk home.
I had to run. I was just like, no.
But you see those moments in hip, and then, like... What pissed me off was like then everybody's tried to do the Jay-Z Nas tried to beef at the time.
Yeah.
Like sit y'all asses down.
Yeah, you know what? You know what's crazy?
Prodigy shit too.
Because it took almost 3-4 months for this to happen. Would that have been respected today? Like if Jay dropped Takeover on a Monday, are we gonna wait?
Our era is different.
3 months. Our era is different.
We're dealing with the ADHD, ADD generation.
Right. So you would expect Nas to drop by Friday if Jay drops on a Monday.
Like, all right, prime example. Let me give you a prime example of something like that. Pusha T and Drake.
Drake, yeah.
Pusha drops if you know on Friday. Drake does it purposely to interrupt and drops Duppy freestyle, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Pusha cancels the whole run. He canceled. If you notice, Pusha didn't do press runs for a whole month after that came out because Pusha was like, all right.
He was waiting, yeah.
Pusha was like, this little bastard done fucked up my press run. Now I got to talk about his high yellow ass. So fuck the press run.
Yeah.
Pusha recorded the record that night.
Yep. Shit. And then did a press run after that. I remember him doing Joe Budden.
It came out Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can tell you where Pusha recorded the record. I had the record. The record came out. Duppy came out at 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Story of Adonis was recorded at 12 midnight.
Yeah.
You had that ready.
That's wild.
Pusha was in New York.
Mm-hmm.
He came to pick up his 488 Ferrari.
Interesting.
If you a street dude, you know the street dudes. Cause my man, I called my man who's close to Pusha, and I was like, yo, tell Tun. I texted him. I said, tell Tun he better drop the anvil on that nigga. I'm tired of these motherfuckers. And then my man, 30 minutes later, I'll never forget where I was. I was in school. I went to go handle something. I think it was my ex at the time. I drove her up to Seton Hall because I just graduated. So she was still in school. I drove her up to school, and my FaceTime was going off. And I'll never forget because I remember that brought a big fight. She thought it was a girl calling me at 1 a.m. And it was a New York number. And I was like, answer it. She answered it. And then she had my headphones in. And then she stopped talking. And then I just hear her go, oh, shit. I said, what happened? She said, Drake is finished. So my man comes on the phone. He was like, oh, what's up, little mama? Where Novak? Phones out, and I'm just hearing it. Doom, doom, doom. Yo, drug dealing aside, ghost writing aside. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But my man, you can't tell nobody. You can't tell nobody. So the only person I could talk to about the record for 48 hours is my shorty.
Yeah.
So I'm asleep in bed. 3, 4 in the morning, she wakes me up. Wake up. I'm like, what? She's like, yo, Drake's gonna kill Pusha. Her full nightgown, she's sitting in the bed like this with a pillow like. I'm like, did you go to bed? She was like, no.
No.
Oh, she was thinking about it the whole time.
She was like, Drake has a son, and I can't tell nobody. I'm like, you won't be able to. You want to tell your girlfriend? She's like, yes. But if I tell anybody, they won't believe me. And then when the record comes out Monday, people going to think we're crazy. I was like, so what do you want to talk about? She was like, he really has a son and tried to play this shit off. I like, didn't I tell you that when he mentioned Pusher's wife's name, it was going to be a problem?
Oh yeah, yeah. We all saw that shit come in.
This is.
I didn't see the sun happening, but
listen, no. The sun has been out for a minute because what's her name? That little stupid girl that's a stripper, something
Sophie.
Blaze, Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze, yeah.
Blaze had revealed it.
Yeah, I thought it was bullshit when she did.
No, she revealed it, and then a picture dropped of Drake with the girl in Paris.
Damn.
Sophie.
Oh yeah, Sophie. Yeah.
So, and on top of that, she's a sweetheart.
She's not that bad.
She's a very voluptuous woman.
She's voluptuous with a chin in the nose. That's all I'm gonna leave it at. God forgive me.
Oh man,
Yeah,
she's got it. The female version of the Crimson Chin.
I zoomed into that one.
You know, she a cool girl because I met her before. Now,
okay, yeah, good painter.
One thing about this is good painter, and she used to be a star tender back in the day. Good.
Yeah, I heard about that one. Yeah.
I've caught a glimpse of her on X videos back in the day.
We're gonna keep it PG because you know kids watch this.
We don't gotta keep.
I've seen X videos.
We were talking about sex
I've seen
stories before this.
And so like,
we really were.
The girl who put. See, the funny thing is, I tell people all the time, be careful what chick you lay down and talk to.
Pillow talk.
That pillow talk could be dangerous.
40
the end of you.
40 sold the team. No, 40 OVO 40 sold the team on that one. That one, he sold the team.
Yeah.
He was tricking heavy on the girl. Fell in love with the pussy.
Mm-hmm. That punani is dangerous. And
started rattling off internal secrets.
Yeah.
That girl in turn spoke to somebody, and she spoke to the wrong person.
Right.
Because the person she spoke to was very close to Pusher. Like, when I mean close, like very close. And when it came out, the girl went on Twitter and admitted that it was her.
Right.
And she didn't do it to be malicious.
Yeah.
Right. It just happened.
She was gossiping.
40 was dropping tens of thousands of dollars on that girl every month, paying bills, all that stuff.
Oh, poor 40. Poor 40.
Damn.
They tried to blame Kanye, but Kanye was being a sucker too. But
yeah, that was the first story that came out. Like, I heard that he heard from Kanye and blah blah blah. But it's like
Kanye did too much, and Jay Prince. I respect Jay Prince, but Jay Prince did too much.
Yeah,
it got out of hand.
It was a little too much.
It didn't get out of hand because Jay Prince knew only thing Drake could do was go after Kanye. He can't push Pusher. I'm talking from the street section now. His reputation is solidified.
Oh yeah, for sure, sure.
That VA thing, them VA dudes, like,
dangerous.
VA is my second home. Mm-hmm. And you probably, I made a reference to it on a record on 848.
Yeah.
That's a true story. That's my life on there. Mm-hmm. VA dudes, they really, and I know the dudes behind, I know the OG behind Pusher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out OG Tony G. Jeezy. He just came home a couple years ago. The Clips former manager. I'm like, good dude.
Yeah, he spoke about him recently too.
And if you notice, when that war started from Exodus time, Drake stopped going to Virginia. You notice that?
I did not notice,
Tour
but
runs.
I would assume so.
Drake's tour runs never went through Virginia.
Yeah.
If he had a Virginia show, he would cancel them because the Virginia niggas.
Yeah, I heard about it. I didn't make the connection at the beginning, but I heard that he had canceled something in Virginia, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. And for me keeping my ears to the railroad tracks, a warning was sent out. And then when Jay Prince was talking that big shit, somebody texted Jay Prince his address of his two main homes and stuff. So
Jesus,
it's safe to say Jay Prince is a respected gangster, but every gangster got their match.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean that's how so many have had like downfalls in the past. There's always somebody there that's ready to knock his ass out. So yeah,
exactly. It's like the street game. How long on top of the totem pole before the young boy at the bottom rises the ranks? Gets
100%.
Yeah. Regimes and say, yo, listen, man, this dude is too comfortable. We need to take over. It's our turn to eat. And before you know it, you're Paul Castellano in front of Manhattan Steakhouse.
It's a story as old as time. Just sick.
Oh damn it! You're bringing me back to my other life, my former life.
Come on, look at it. Castellano, Albert Anastasia.
This other one.
Bugsy Siegel. Cartel.
Yeah.
Pablo.
Yeah.
Sade was down 9-5 a couple times.
Shut up.
You was down Route 80. Yeah, let's not play each other. You went up and down Route 80.
Shut up. Let me stop. At 17-4. Let me stop.
All right. That's neither here nor there.
We got here trading stories, man. See, we having a whole conversation.
Trading war stories.
I know. Let's talk about you though. Let's talk about Nova Soprano. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, man. So what I mentioned before is that, we did first meet over at Where Beats Meets Bars in Morristown. That was a nice, memorable day, man. But from there, I hadn't really gotten to know you from that. Obviously, just the project you've been dropping now. We've been communicating back and forth on IG. So from where you got to that point, what was going on beforehand to when we met up that day?
You remember that night when we was in Morristown? That's the night that Zonnie came out and surprised everybody and won the contest that she performed in Brooklyn.
Right.
So since Morristown, like I remember, I took a month off. I was in the process of actually recording 848. I took a month off because Zonnie didn't have any music when she won that contest. So we got in the studio for a month, locked in, and then you got to teach your people the ropes. So I was teaching her the ropes of hip hop because Zonnie's been rapping for a minute, but Zonnie kept it quiet. Only I, outside of her family, only I and our other best friend, shout out to Consigliere, knew about it. So we kept her secret, and it used to be hard for me to see other females rapping, and I'd be pissed off. They're like, why you pissed off? And I'd be standing next to her, be like, yo, I know somebody that can out-rap any of these bitches. And it's at me like, you better not say that, so it was kind of hard.
Right.
Yeah.
I know anybody can out-rap these bitches.
No, I'm blunt.
Yeah, you gotta be, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
like Kid Pro, Prime with you, I tap in with you. I got you in my rotation list.
Word up.
You from my cloth. We come from that bar level where every bar counts with us. You just can't spit like 8 bars dope and then give me bullshit.
No filler.
I'm liable to turn your CD to a weed tray.
Very true. I've done that many times for many other rappers.
Yeah.
It's a coaster.
It's a coaster.
It keeps my table level. Sometimes I've used it for that.
Sometimes it's a nice frisbee.
It's a frisbee. My dog will catch it and fetch it back. I'm like, no, I didn't want this. Just take it somewhere. My nieces and nephews will break it, and I just sweep it up. Man.
But like from then on, like, and then Zonnie did her thing. Then we started working, and then like beatboxing came out of those sessions with the runners, and then I started we added J45 and Finesse has been with me from the beginning, so it was just like a perfect match with them. So then once we did that, I started focusing more on Zonnie, letting Zonnie work. So when me and Zonnie started working together, she tapped into 2 songs on 848. Because when she working together, I had like 50 songs, but for total, I recorded like 66 songs for this project. Zonnie heard Do For Love and Moment and was like, yo, what you doing? I was like, yeah, that's my album, but yo, I ain't worried about it. Zonnie was like, nah. She got on her executive shit and was like, no, this is coming out.
Yeah. Okay.
So
those two were good.
Zonnie went on A&R mode and started going through, and like then we wrapped up her project, the interview, January 4th, and the same day I wrapped up 848.
Mm-hmm.
I flew to Cali like 3 weeks later. So while I was in Cali, I was out there steaming up, motivating, getting lifted. When you're on Cali, good weather, good smoke, you get chill. And I was in the Laguna.
Oh yeah.
I was in the Laguna Hills, laid back. So
Laguna Hills. I ain't heard that in a minute.
When I was in Laguna Hills, man, it's a beautiful view from up that place.
Laguna Hills.
I fucking bet.
Look at like the mountains in the Pacific. So Black Rose sent me beats.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the 6 days I was on Cali, I came up with a whole new tape. I got a vibe. I got LAX flights, Tijuana nights.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I like that.
I just started riding around, enjoying myself. And then I came up with the whole thing. I had all the songs in my head, but I knew my time constraint in Cali. I wouldn't be able to go in the studio and knock it out. So I was like, all right, let me get these songs down in my head, ride around, tweak them, and then when I get home, I take a couple of days and I go to the studio and go knock this whole EP out. So I called Zonnie from Cali. Oh shit! Excuse me, I'm laughing thinking about it.
What?
I go top of the top, Queen. She's like, top of the top, Fulani, what's up? I say, yo, we're gonna put a pause on 848. She goes, excuse me? Like she was calm, but she hit me with that Vito Corleone calm that made me paranoid.
Yeah. I can already hear it.
She's like, excuse me? And if anybody knows Zonnie don't yell or nothing, she's soft spoken, but she got a way she delivered her message. I'm the same way.
Right.
I was like, yeah, I'm not coming out. So what's going on 848? Like, oh, we're gonna put 848 on the back burner. All right, Joe, I'll call you back. I ain't talked to Zonnie till I landed in Jersey Thursday morning at 5:30 on the Red Eye. So I texted her, landed. She's like, all right, go home, sleep, and talk later. So when I called her, so I went to sleep. She woke me up around 11. I said, Queen, what's up? Yeah, what's up? You good? You rested? Yeah. Fuck that new EP. Exact words. 848's coming out.
Yeah, fuck that.
She goes, that's final.
That's final.
What I'm going to say to my boss, because Zonnie's one of my business partners along with Don Chico. So when I'm in artist mode, they control the reins.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have executive say until after I come out of artist mode. Then I meet the chief, the CEO. Don Chico's the COO. Zonnie's the chief financial officer. I'm the CEO.
Right.
Damn, we got 9 minutes. Shit. So let me make this quick.
Oh shit! All right.
Damn. Yeah. Go ahead.
We can extend it for a little bit.
We can extend it. Yes.
Yeah. We'll do another call. Yeah. Go ahead.
When Zonnie got on, Zonnie was like, "Yo, it's not that." So then Chico didn't say nothing. So I kept quiet. So we started going through records. So due to Kobe's death, I had a record that should have been on there called 2-3.
Okay.
I was talking to myself in the track as the Hustlers Michael Jordan, and I was like, "Y'all keep Kobe and LeBron, bitch. I'm 2-3." So when I came from LA, that was like I went to LA like maybe 4 days after Kobe had died, and I was like, "Nah, I can't do this."
Right.
Yeah.
Go. So I took the record off. I was like, "It'll be released one day, but for now, Kobe need to rest, and I don't want to come out disrespecting Kobe to say Mike was better than Kobe." So we going out of respect and me. So I had to fill it up with 2 records. So I recorded I-95 was I-95 was the last minute to record, and Nobody Knows was the last record. It was a rushed record that everybody comes out to love.
Yeah.
So once we did that, I told them the date. I said, all right, boom, March 22nd. I wanted to release it on my birthday, so that's why we were going to do the release party on the 20th.
Right, I remember.
Yeah.
848 was going to drop as a surprise on my birthday at midnight when everybody goes to go wish me happy birthday. I said, surprise.
Right.
Here's my gift.
Project.
848. Yeah, it was a plan. We had the whole strategy plan, and then this whole name Corona
came
fucked it everything. Yeah.
Shut down the building.
Corona shut down everything.
Shut down everything, man. Yeah, it was a shame, man, because I remember you sending me the invite. I'm like, all right, we're about to get this, about to hear this in full.
Because that's the first time I think we would have had all of New Jersey's top podcasters, college.
I was excited for that shit.
Influencers. It was supposed to be a room full of 50, and we sent out 150 invitations. We got 160 RSVPs.
Damn.
We were trying.
And I didn't even get to RSVP, but I was gonna be there.
Oh,
so
no, we
imagine all the people that
Oh
did.
no,
Yeah.
I did, and I was gonna bring you either way. So
me and KP already talked, and KP was like, "I'm coming."
So you spoke for me, good.
I said, "KP, you good? You got to guess. You got." I was like, "I got you."
yeah.
Okay.
It was gonna be because it was gonna be lit that night, but then Corona shut it down. So I was like, "All right, what can we do?" I was like, "All right, let's put it out May 1st," and then I shot the commercial when I was gonna make some. I did it old school how they used to do the commercial. I was like, "Yo, I'm from an era. Let's set the standard."
Let's bring it back,
bro. The black and white, the black and white was a perfect touch.
Yeah.
I'm from I come from the Reasonable Doubt Club.
Exactly. It was the black and white, the voiceover, everything was perfect. I got the vibe that you were trying to get, and then it totally
my partner, LAME is actually Don Chico. That was my business. That's the chief operating officer.
Okay, that's on the album. LAME. Okay, got you.
LAME does all my intros. Like he's my poetic pain in the ass.
Oh, I love him. He is the shit, man.
Who Don Chico? Who Lame?
Lame, yeah. I was telling Pro, I'm like, yo, that voice sounds so fucking familiar. I didn't think about it until today when I was listening to, before we recorded. And I'm like, oh shit, I know him. He was at my show, my open mic show. Yeah.
I was there too.
I remember, yeah.
There you go.
I was
in a small ass world.
Were you there the same night though?
I was with him. I just didn't rap.
Okay, yeah. Because I think me and you had talked, or I remember seeing you.
I know you. I was like, she's gonna remember before the interview is over.
Oh no, yeah, no, I remember. Yeah.
I told you I rap, and he was like, "Oh, you should come to my open mic." I was like, "Yeah, but time never permitted." So he did the show, and that's when he goes, "Some say X makes the sex fat." Remember that poem? And everyone was going crazy in there. So I always used to go with him. He'd be like, "Why you always go with me?" I'm like, "Because, bro, you gonna go in there and get the wrong woman seduced off this poem, and we're gonna do a shootout outside off a poem." A shootout. So at least let me go with you, so that way, before they try to back you down, I'm already bucking.
Yeah. Cause I remember, cause usually if you seen me at the show, like I'll be running around and shit. He was one of those performers.
And was like,
I stopped. He was one of those, not to say very few, like the people that come to my show are amazing, but he was one of those that I was just like, wait, no, nobody talk to me. I gotta listen to this.
Nah, that's like, that's my, me and Lame are like Hove and Tata.
Okay.
All right. That's a good one. I like that.
That's my Tata.
Yeah. No, he's dope. I love him.
That's the right-hand man.
Good.
Yeah, that's my that's beyond my right hand man. That's my manager, secretary, hype man, my biggest critic. But the shooter and the driver, like Shotgun Suge Shay, that's the shooter and the driver.
Right. There you go.
Nice. I like that.
So
that. That's good.
That intro was based. If you listen to it, it's like the whole album in one niche.
Oh yeah.
Right.
No, that was a perfect intro.
Yeah, anybody who knows me knows that if I'm gonna get somebody to do it, I gotta do somebody. And he didn't let me hear that for 6 months.
Damn.
I didn't know what the intro was to the day he recorded it, January 4th.
Damn.
Oh, so he just held that from you. Damn.
He would tease me with bits and pieces. There were 4 different versions of it.
Okay.
But then the night I recorded Fan and the Mayor with Nico Samaj, because I had 2 studios rocking at the same time. And I'm putting a verse on this song. Now I'm running out. I'm transitioning to go write a verse in my head and go put a verse and go put another verse down on this one. So I'm doing 2 different songs, 2 different feelings, and they don't sound the same. And I'm not writing anything down. So when I left to go do that, I came back. We finished the Mayor. He goes in the booth to go do that. So when I heard that shit, I lost my shit. If you really listen closely, you'll hear me outside the booth going, "This motherfucker's the shit." You can, if you mute the heartbeat, you'll hear me in the background distinctly. He was like, Chi goes, I call Lame like Don Chico because he the Don. Chi goes, "Yo, put the heartbeat behind it." I said, "Reasonable doubt." He said, "Yeah, this is your reason."
That's fine. Oh no, 100%. I got that vibe right away. That was like one of the best fucking intros, bro.
Nah,
that was so good.
I think like the way I did, like, and like I'm a secret I do, like I always go back to the albums I looked up to as a kid, and I compare my album to those albums to see where they stand. That's my that's my test to see if it's a potent album. It's worth me throwing out. I compare this to Reasonable Doubt, to Illmatic, to Ready to Die.
Yeah.
I compare it to my EP in Cornerstone Chronicles Volume 1. Like I played comparison so much that like I was at the end I was happy, but then I was nervous. Like the week when we dropped the commercial, Zonnie's in my ear going, "Yo, no, you ready?" Yeah, it's
yeah.
So what the fuck? I'm more excited for you than you. I was like, yo, it's not exciting. Like, I'm nervous because I've been away. I haven't dropped a project in 3 years.
Right.
And I know the bar people. I know where people rank me at in the state. I'm pretty up there, so I can't come on and throw no dud out here because then it's gonna be a problem. Threw the record out. I went to sleep. Here's the funny part, right? You know how people stay up to watch their 12 o'clock?
Yeah.
I went to sleep right here in the living room. I fell asleep on the floor. I grabbed one of these pillows and I said, let me take a quick hour nap. I just woke up, like jumped up at 12:06 and I texted crew. Album's out and then everybody texted me back. We know, we've been listening to it. And then group FaceTime went down right away. Everybody gone and the whole team. So like, I was in shock. But then like, what happened next is what shocked me. Like, I pick up the phone, it's 12:15, and like I'm just hearing my crew go, OG, this shit is fire. You got a classic. So I blew them off. You know, it's my crew, so I'm like, all right, whatever. My older sister calls me at 4:30 in the morning on her way to work. She goes, what you know about Fanboy? I say, yo, I don't want to know about your life. And I hung up on her.
Yeah.
And then the reaction I got from Sierra Leone, my friends in Europe, Asia, like people were so happy because I'd been away from so long. And then when I dropped that project, like people, I didn't know it was that anticipated. Then just how the week started going on. And then boom, I get a call, yo, you ain't heard the Lyrical Fix podcast yet? I'm like, nah. It's like, you need to go check it. As I'm getting off the phone and I hung up my phone reboots, boom, I got a damn notification. It's from Lyrical Fix. I said, oh damn. Like the first report card is in.
The first report card.
And then like I went, and beforehand, like everybody from your podcast, everybody was just showing support for the project. So I was like, all right. Zonnie calls me. I'm on the phone like, yeah, you know, it's good. She's like, bro, are you excited? I say, yo, I'm just in shock right now. And even tomorrow's going to be 2 weeks since it's been out. I'm still in shock.
Yeah.
The project hit like that. So then when I got the thing and I heard it Sade on there and I listened to the whole thing, I sat there for a whole hour. I listened, got my sliced mangoes, was dipping my fork in my cup, eating. Was like, let's go have my sprinkle my cayenne pepper on it. Was sitting at my laptop right listening to it.
That's good.
And I heard that if you don't know, now you know.
Now you know, man. That's what we do.
Right? What's up? And
we gotta let the people know.
Y'all started breaking out 848. Like I like the song that I knew was gonna hit was I knew Cream Top Billing was gonna hit because of the Wu-Tang. And that was my biggest to see if I did the sample justice, because you know this old saying that you don't touch a classic unless you can top it.
And I think you did that. Yeah. Well, yeah.
When I heard you talk about Top Billing, I was like, oh, Pro got the bars. I was like, thank you, Jesus.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Mm-hmm.
And then y'all started talking about records and like a lot of people like, the girls love fans, but the goons like, you a gangster. We know what you can do. So fan will let you, it's pass. Now we knew you had to do the
It's for the girls, yeah.
The fan is for the girls. I had to hear it again, and I'm like, you know what? I can see where the dudes would not vibe with this one too much, but I can also see how it's a hit, and you need those.
It's a girl record, but
it's a girl record. You need it.
But the dudes can still vibe to it because if they put that record on, it's gonna spark something.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
So But
Look,
like,
I mean, if I'm with a girl and I'm trying to get, trying to get shit popping off a Nova Soprano tape, I'm gonna play that one before I play Narco.
no, actually, from what I've gotten from my friends,
Oh, they going off on Narco?
no, my friends are like, "Do for Love" is what's getting them.
Oh yeah, I was about to say that. I think "Do for Love" is gonna probably secure it more than "Fan" for sure.
Fan to secure you the fan for the night,
but "Do for Love" is you doing it for love. So
yeah, "Do for Love" is like, and it's very like every song on there is real. It got a story behind it. It's real.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it. Yeah.
When I was listening to it, and if I tell you something, I hate Narco and "Do for Love."
You hate
really?
those?
Who? Wait, was it Zani who told you to put him on?
Narco. I hate those records because the person who "Do for Love" is about is on Narco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let me look at it.
Nah, that's
all right. When you put it that way, okay, I can see
and then
that.
on top of that, the person who "Do for Love" was my secret A&R. I know you guys have been hearing me say a lot. Shout out my secret A&R.
Yeah.
He was the secret A&R. Like, she was in the studio with me picking. 75 to 80% of 848. Her orchestration, like her telling me nah. Like, the engineers and people in the studio would defer to her to get me to change my idea.
Yeah.
Like, while they're arguing how to tell me,
she got the influence. That's why.
She'll look from the control room and give me this look, and I'll just say, "Yo, let's change it." And everybody being like, "Damn, how he know that's what we were thinking?" But they don't know me and her got to think. And then like she'll listen to records like Narco. She's the first person that heard Narco. Narco is actually produced by my cousin, super producer Abu G. And I actually sold that beat.
Oh, sold.
Narco was supposed to go to Dave East.
Oh shit!
And the plot thickens.
Okay.
He had been in the studio the night before with East.
Yeah.
East heard the skeleton track. So that night, I don't know what made me get up that day and say, "Yo, me and my cousin, he's such a good producer. Like, he's worked with French Montana, Nipsey Hussle, all these people. Like, he was friends with them before they blew up." So someone just told me that day, "Yo, go visit." January 2017. I got to his house 2:50 p.m. And I'm on Snapchat. My homegirl dropped me off. I didn't even get out the car. I heard the beat for Narco from outside. Ran up the steps, went downstairs, opened the door. Ding, ding. I was like, and I got the video. And you hear me on the video going, "Woo!" I'm just shaking my head. Mind you, I got it in January. I didn't touch it till June.
Damn.
He was like, "Oh yeah, I promised Dave East I finished it." I said, "All right." He went to the bathroom. Wiped it off the computer, no trace of nothing. Because he's a computer genius, and I did some computer glitch, which I know he's like, "Oh man, my beat."
It's gone.
Damn, cuz, what happened? You ain't save it? No, I didn't save it. Damn, cuz. You remember the issue? You remember the things you used? No, I don't remember none of the things because everything on there is original. It's not a sample. He played it's no sample. All the original he created. I said, "Damn, cuz." Like, "Can you drop me up at the train station?" "I call you Uber, man. I gotta fix my laptop." I was like, "All right, cuz, I love you." Got in the Uber. Boom.
And back to it.
From New Brunswick to South Orange, I'm just like. So when I came up with Narco, I sat in front of my dorm. Narco is something I penned because I wanted to be vicious on it because that's that old school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the East Coast griminess.
Yeah. That stuck out to me right away.
So I was 100%. Listening. I'd be listening to it and I leave it alone. I listen to it. So one day, my cousin Specialist, I made him associate producer on me because that's what I was testing records on. This is before even Zani got on. I recorded Narco in 2017. I sat in front of the dorm. I started writing it.
Damn.
I had it in my phone, headphones. I sit in front of my dorm in Seton Hall. I'm in summer school. I'm just... Miles Powell and Sandro. Shout out to Miles Powell and Alessandro Mamushke-Livili of Sino, the men's basketball team. We're coming back from summer. They're like, yo, no, you've been sitting out here since we left. That's 5 hours ago. I was like, yeah, man, just enjoying the good summer breeze. He's like, you right? And I'm like, yeah, man, you know, I write. I did. They're like, all right, man, we go to bed. We got practice in a couple hours. The coach don't know we late. I was like, I ain't see shit. He's like, so they went in. So I was taking the secret A&R the next day to go get a purse from. I promised her I was going to surprise her with a purse. So we were going up to Short Hills.
Right.
And we're in the car, and I'm driving. I put the beat on. She's like, this beat is fire. I was like, and I started it back. And I was like, want to hear something? She's like, yeah. I'm good with the swipers, but all spring of the trappers. Got the hood shit like a stripper's ass. Clappers, Young Johnson and Johnson, revenue more powder. Being the ghost in the streets, no Kanye, power. And I stopped. I swear to God, all I heard that girl go was, holy fuck. This is going to be a problem. Check, that's all you got? I was like, wait till we get to the studio. So we went, she got her purse, and I got her those Rihanna flip-flops. That's when them Rihanna flip-flops just came out. But everybody had everybody had the pink pair, but she wanted the steel ones because nobody had them. So I was like, boom. I made a call, we got them. So she puts them on, we go to the studio, and I record Narco, Feel the Same, and I forget the other track. I recorded another track. So Narco wasn't supposed to have. I'd already got the Narco idea because I'm a big. I like the history and I know the history of the trade, and also I've been in that world. You know things.
Yeah.
I was watching Narco season 2, and then remember when Pena was leaving Judy Moncada's house.
Oh, I ain't seen it in a minute, but yeah.
He's like, Don Brown, I'm not like you, and then Brenda goes, yes, I might be a narco, but I believe in the code of honor and justice and dignity, just as you. That's what's being said in the beginning. Yo soy narco.
Yeah.
Honor a la caso como vos. Boom, I knocked it out. So I recorded it. So they're like, the original hook was supposed to be Biggie going consignment, only for live men, not for freshmen, but it didn't fit. So DJ Dark Ken is the one that did the actual scratches, and we put that Rick Ross in there. A lot of drug dealing around me. Yo soy narco. That's how Narco came about. But like, there's some crazy.
Is that the oldest track on the project? Because you said 2017, right?
That and Feel the Same, the hidden track.
Right, which is at the end. Yeah, at the last track, it goes silent for like 15 seconds, and the other one comes in.
Oh, from like Rico to
Old school rules. Gotta
have the hidden track. Now, once I saw 6 minutes, I'm like, all right, there's a chance that this might be a second track in here.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I seen it. I was like 6 minutes. I was like, all right, now it has to be another one in here.
And I was pleasantly surprised.
But everything else is from 2019.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
From March.
That's dope, though.
I took a year off afterwards, because it was too dark. I was in the trap mode, so I was still dark. So I was like, nah, let me take a year off. And my little cousin passed away. So the night I was in the studio recording a record that didn't make the album called Struggle Different, and I didn't get to finish it because you can hear me on the phone with my stepfather. My engineer tapped me and said, "Your pops." So I took the phone in the booth, and he was about to. He forgot to stop recording. You can hear me, my pops, and you hear me going, "Nah, it can't be. I just talked to you the day before yesterday. I'm about to leave the studio now, and I never finished recording that record." So I took a year off, and then I came back. And in the process, that's when Zani came on board, J45. Then we solidified the runners, and then I started going. And once Zani got in executive mode, it became crazy.
Speaking of Zani, before we get into segments, I did want to ask about Interstate Records. I mean, Runnaz. Yeah. I want to start. Yeah. Tell us about it. Who's in it?
Well, of course, everybody know the queen.
Yeah, the queen. We know about her.
The young gunner, J45. The smooth talker, Finesse. And of course, Don Chico, known AKA LAME. And shout out to Turtle 9A from Harlem. That comprises the Interstate Runnaz.
How did you get them all together? Like, when did you start Interstate Runnaz?
Interstate Runnaz was started by me in 2014.
Okay, damn.
2014. I met Finesse in community college, Middlesex County College.
Mm-hmm.
That's like that is my little brother.
Yeah.
We're so close, it's crazy. So Finesse been with me from the beginning. You can hear him as far as my first project, Corner Store Chronicles Volume 1. He's on a track called He Got Money, and then he's on the bonus track with a freestyle. I put him on there to showcase him. And the He Got Money record got a little buzz, but we didn't really put no promotion out. That mixtape was just like, for EP was just to throw out to the streets and say, I'm back.
Right.
Yeah.
Zonnie is actually my best friend.
Okay.
Zonnie is my best friend. 4-5 is me and LAME's little brother. Like, he was a part of our crew when we were in college. Like, me and Zonnie are like, it ain't just business with us. That's my actual best friend. She know my mama, I know her mama, she know my siblings, she know my nieces and nephews, I know her family. That's how close we are. 4-5 is the little brother out of the runners. He's the youngest. 4-5 been since he was a freshman at Seton Hall. Me, Zonnie, 4-5, and Chico went to Seton Hall together.
Okay.
And congratulations to 4-5 because he graduated today. He graduated, got his.
Hey, congratulations!
Congrats to him.
Line 8, that's Zonnie's best friend's older brother. He's from Harvard.
Okay.
So you guys are literally family, pretty much.
We the Corleones. That's how I compare.
Oh yeah.
I like that. Yeah. All right.
That's what it is, man.
Zonnie's Michael. Zonnie's Michael. I'm Vito. Chi-Chi is Tom Higgins.
Higgs.
Then you got your Al Neary's, Rocco Lampones. And the Luca Brasi's we keep in the street. We don't keep them on the business side.
Of course.
No, because you need to keep them on the side. I feel that one for sure.
Keep it separated.
Yeah.
That's what I said, breaking down the family unit. That's what it is. I like that. All right, so going into a little more about showing love to other people, we got 2 segments that we have with our guests. So the first one we're going to start with the fix today. So this segment is about you telling us about any song at all, any genre. It could be your song if you'd like, that means the most to you, whether a song or a verse. Break that down for us.
If I just say a song or verse, everybody knows who I'm going to say, Zonnie.
Okay. All right, what song or verse from Zonnie?
Zonnie, currently, shameless plug, Zonnie's EP, the interview will be out July. Announcements forthcoming within a couple of days when it makes a master phase. Zonnie has a record on that EP called Salutation.
Okay.
And it's like a letter to herself.
Ooh. Okay.
It's the intro to the interview. It's the first track on the interview.
Yeah.
The way Zonnie goes into that thing, like, if you're not motivated after you hear Salutation, you'll be motivated.
Nice.
All right, and that's going to be ready once the project drops.
Oh, it's the first song on the project.
First song on the project. All right.
I was about to say that sounds like an intro. Yeah.
Salutation, like, it was just us in the studio messing around, and she played the beat, produced by Black Rose, in-house producer. I forgot. Oh, that's another member of the Interstate Runnaz, Black Rose. Check out a single, Decline, out now.
All right, word up.
Gotcha.
Okay, Black Rose.
Yeah,
but can't forget the rest of the fam.
Yeah, Black Rose. Because without the beats, there's no canvas to paint the pictures we paint. So.
Oh no, 100%. Yeah.
Oh man, the producers, the engineers, everybody, man. It all goes. We got to show love to everybody involved.
Pete Carrera, my engineer.
Boom. See what I mean? Always got to show love to the engineers, man. Everybody plays a part.
I can tell you stories about stuff. And like another record I would say that means a lot to me was Fulani Blue Eyes off of my EP. My album.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zonnie set the tone for me to go in. I used a whole different style on Fulani. It's not a regular style you'd hear me use. It's something new I used.
Yeah.
The beat was just so like unorthodox.
But I think you worked it right though. It definitely
had a dope video game sample to it.
Yeah, it wasn't even a sample.
Right. But it sounds like a video game. Like that could have came off of any video game from the early 90s.
Yeah.
It had that tone to it. That's what's up though.
When Zonnie I told Zonnie was like, yo, this is my hood. Fulani Blue Eyes is actually my nickname.
Yeah, I heard you mention it earlier. She calling you.
Yeah. Don Fulani, or Fulani, that's what everybody calls me. They call me the African Frank Sinatra.
Okay.
I like that.
Frankie Blue Eyes.
Because you see me with politicians, state, local, federal, and then
you know how to mix it up.
And then you see me with the gangsters.
Yeah.
And I'm comfortable. So
Yeah.
when Fulani Blue Eyes was done, I called Zani when I was like, "Sis, man, I got this idea for a record. I want you on the hook." Because like you hear me and her always on record together, but the album, I was like, "I need you on a hook." And she's like, "All right." And she did her homework on my tribe. I gave her things, so she called me like, "All right, just the hook. I'm back down for shit. I flip the pounds I make, get the money when I want. You know, I'm down to win." And I was like, "I don't like it." She's like, "Listen to it." So she listened to it, and I'm on the phone going, "Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who? Fulani Blue Eyes. Guess who?" And we was like, "Boom, that's it." So Zani comes to the studio. Shout out Wreck the Artist too. Her and Wreck the Artist did a song called Communication Part 1. It was her session. Zani's on the way to leave to go to work. I said, "Zah, before you leave, do me a favor. Like, put the hook down for Fulani Blue Eyes." So she does a one take, knocks the hook out, and that's her whispering going, "Fulani, Fulani," under me.
Yeah.
She comes out, "That's good." I'm like, "Yeah, you ain't gonna stay." She's like, "Nah, I gotta get to work, bro. Gotta go get the bag." So we do the runner's handshake. She leave. I go in the booth. I start letting the first 8 bars down. Nico Samaj, shout out Nico Samaj. Also, Samaj season out right now. Go check that out. He was coming in the session because I don't know how he always used my sessions to pick my brain. So Nico comes up and he's on the phone with her, and I had the first 8 bars, and you just hear Zani go, "Damn, I should have called up work. I should have been on Fulani Blue Eyes."
Okay.
So every 4, I was going in and out the booth. Like I spit 4 bars, then walk out. So for the first verse, because I hadn't opened my mind up, so I just opened my brain up. So once I got the first verse on, I just zoned on the second verse. And then when Fulani Blue Eyes was done, it played for 45 minutes. So that's the only song like I memorized on the spot and didn't even want to listen to afterwards. So when I left the studio, Fulani Blue Eyes is blue. When the album dropped, it's the most, everybody loves Fulani Blue Eyes. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, it was a good one. It's my top 3 for sure.
That and Top Billing have always been due for 3 songs that everybody argues for number 1.
Yeah, those are on my top 2.
Yeah, I'm
Or part of my top 3, I would say.
Yeah,
I'm just a Wu-Tang head, so the sample got me right away.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it came down to for me.
Yeah, and it came on, and then we flipped it going back and forth with each other.
That too, it remind me of the Jada and Styles style, you know, the way they did it.
But mostly, a lot of people said Foxy and Jay.
That too, yeah.
Yeah.
That too, well, the male-female, yeah, so I guess you could put
the male-female aspect.
Me and her were like on our Foxy and Jay, because we were arrogant with each other for that record.
Right.
3 days before, and I told her, I was like, "Yo, you know me, I'm a vet. You know I killed things. We family, I love you, but I'm coming to assassinate you on that record."
Right.
And then she came at you too. Yeah.
Nana sat down after we got off the phone, was so pissed that I said that to her. She wrote all her parts that night. When we went to the studio, it was like a marathon. I had to go in first, lay my part. As I'm coming out, she'd walk in. I got tired of walking from the booth to the control room, that I would just walk to the outer booth and just sit out by the door.
Right.
But that Mary Kay, it was a draw, it was a tie, but Nada got off on that song, because when she said "Pretty Chill with all my boys is Blaze," and it won't K's is great. There's a third verse to Top Billing. That Mary Kay line crushed the third verse. We never put it up. He was like
No, I was debating. I was just like, I feel like there's some type of they're going at each other. There's some type of competition. So I listened to it again to be like, all right, who got this? Who got this? That line though, that's bar.
That's my little cousin. So I made it clear.
I gotta work with her. She's fire.
I'm like, Nada, I'm not about to come play. I'm like, you're my little cousin. I know what you're capable of. Yeah. I know your style, but you're stepping into my world. And that was the first feature she had ever done.
Oh, okay.
She has features out, but Top Billing was the first feature. And when she came in, and I was like, I'm glad I got the first feature, because when your older cousin, little big brother, little sister always gonna piss you up, but little sister came in and was like,
Oh yeah, no. She got a mean right hook.
She came out swinging, that's for sure.
Her right hook dropped me on that Mary Kay line. I was like, yeah, she got me.
No, I figured as soon as she said Nova, like that was her opening. Nova, I was like, oh yeah, no, she going in. She about to go in.
When she came Nova and not a lame, shit, it sound like a fluke. Never where you at, like a chirp. I was just shocked when I heard that. This is the first time we're hearing each other's bars, so
yeah.
But I'm shell shocked when she's coming back with this. It was like a smooth swim.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was a
That's
smooth.
what's up. No, shout out to Nada,
Shout out to
man.
Nada, man.
That's
Yeah, I
what's
gotta.
up, bro.
Yeah,
That was
man, we gotta get her on, yo.
I know.
She, man, shit.
Bro,
Listen, I'll pass the message along.
Oh no, we
Yeah.
have to, because now I see like all the connection with everybody, because we got to get in tune with her. We got to get in tune with Zani now. There's so much more we got to go over with. And
with Jewel, right? Zani and Nada got a record on her EP. That's
enough said.
Yes.
Enough said. So we're gonna be talking about that one.
All right, I'm gonna say this. Right? Hear me on this. If you thought Top Billing was something, wait till you hear what they got. It'll make Top Billing look like a little bitch running from a fight.
Oh shit, say less.
I gotta. Oh, that.
I'm saying that.
Yeah. Hey man, if it's coming directly from you, you was on the song, so shit. That's all we got to know.
I'm the executive on the interview. I'm the A&R on the interview.
Word up.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the studio. I was part of the selection of the beats. This is my baby. Like how A48 is Zani's baby.
Yeah.
This is my baby.
Nice.
When you hear that record with her and Nada, I swear, Sade, I bet $100. Kid Pro, Sade, if this don't happen, I'm gonna give you $100. When you hear that record with Nada and Zani, you're gonna call KP like, yo, I need to find Nova's number. I swear to God.
No sir. All right. There you go.
I'm gonna get an exclusive.
That's enough hype. That's enough hype for me. That's all I need.
I better get an exclusive.
If you do, it ain't for me. It ain't for me. It's water.
All right, so we're gonna see. So we're gonna tag
no, it won't.
No. We're gonna tag Zanny and Nada for this episode.
Tag them
for the honorable mentions, and we're gonna hopefully they check on this part so they can see exactly what we're talking about.
You're gonna see what they say.
But I don't have to get. But I don't have to give $100, right, for that, because I'm probably gonna do it. Okay, good. I'm probably gonna
listen, I'm gonna say it like this, right? As a woman,
yeah,
you gonna be one of the champions of it. That's all I'm gonna say.
There you go. That's all I need to hear.
All the women are gonna go crazy for that record. That's all I'm willing to say.
Lit.
All right, the hype is real. All right, so we're gonna leave it at that, man.
If you don't, I know. If
well,
you don't,
technically, I was gonna say, because he gave us pretty much both in that one answer. He gave us.
We need it. No. We need it. We need it. If you don't know that a track that's already out that I can play.
All right, yeah, someone that you should put us on that we may not know of that's got something right now. It's a segment called "If You Don't Know."
Or like the listeners in general. Yeah. You can know them.
All right, well, I know everybody gonna be like, oh, he an Interstate Runner. He putting on by well. I'm gonna put you on it too.
That's fine.
Yeah, go ahead.
Black Rose featuring Rhea Gold and Smokey Vintage. His new single Decline.
Okay.
All right.
It dropped on the same day as my album, but it got caught up in the dust storm. But he still got through it because, I know y'all know who Tia Perkins is, right?
Yes.
Perkins played it on her show, and it's been gaining traction. Like it's doing this. Like from a CEO standpoint, I'm very proud of that record because I feel like I overshadowed him with A48, but the record still it's garnering its traction. So check out Black Rose's Decline, and then also check out Zani Like Me featuring Wreck the Artist off of her debut EP, The Interview coming out. Also, Nada got her Finally project. If you haven't checked that out, check out Finally by Nada, and also she got Sway. I can't because that's what I listen to, but Raven just dropped his single today.
Oh wait, that's his. That's his. If you don't know.
Yeah, Rose. That's actually the one I was mentioning today for myself.
Oh damn, my fault, kid, bro.
No, it's all good now. We still. I'm still gonna mention it. I'm still gonna mention it.
It just shows you I'm tapped in.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Here's one person y'all probably don't know about. Pete, my engineer, Pete Carrera. Unari's single and video out right now.
Okay.
Getting ready to do his ETA. His album is dropping soon. He ain't give a date yet, but he got a couple features on it with Chad Piff and a couple other people. And then also I'm just giving good artists. Like check out Nico Samaj again. Samaj.
I know he's dope. I found him a little while ago. He's good. I know you guys did. You just posted something with him too.
Yeah, no, I interviewed him because he was supposed to be on Nobody Knows, but his voice range he couldn't fit it. So.
Yeah, I saw it, yeah.
He said, I can't do it. So then that's how I got introduced to Leslie McCoy.
Okay.
And then Leslie McCoy went on there and just complimented him. she complimented the pain with an angelic voice, like a church voice that gave you that absolution after you've confessed your sins.
Mm-hmm.
Word up.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's a lot of dope people. That's what's up. All right, so obviously the fans, and now we have been more enlightened as to what we should be put on to. We appreciate that. So, Nova, I'm sorry that we got to cut this short. We do got the rest of the show, but obviously we got more to get into now. Once we get outdoors, we try to make this happen.
Again.
I've given y'all little clues now to go searching for things that's about to come.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I know for sure.
And like, I want to thank y'all for having me, because like, I'm not gonna lie, like Lyrical Fix is something I listen to. Like, you might not even know KP. Like, I'm more than just your fan as a art. Like, I respect you as a lyricist. But I came. But also, before we end, I got a message for you.
Yeah.
Zonnie says she waiting for you in the ring. If you know what that means.
I don't know what that means. We can definitely collab. Yeah, absolutely.
She said she's waiting for you. She got the gloves and the headgear for you. It's time to spar.
Oh, time to spar, Jesus
Christ. I'm always down for some beef.
No, it ain't beef.
Not beef, but like beef. A competition. Like I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
I'm always down to exercise.
We respect that. We want to really spar with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Her top 3.
All right, then we got to set it up then.
Scratched off one already. She scratched off Wreck the artist.
Word.
Mm-hmm.
And she got you, and she got somebody else, but you're the next person on the list. She's one to scratch off. So she said. So I just came. You try to use my witness. You know, when sisters send you with a message on delivery.
Yeah.
I don't want that issue.
Hi, Zonnie.
I'll deliver it.
All right, we'll get it. We'll get it popping. All right, so no, real quick, man. Tell them where they can find you. Tell them where they can locate your music, all that good stuff.
Listen, man. A4A out right now on all digital streaming platforms. Trust me, if you need good music, listen. If you grind, it's a get money manual. Everybody said that's what I've been hearing. It's a get money manual, but it's not just for the hustlers. If you in college fighting right now to survive to get to the stage,
hustling any kind, yeah.
A4A for you. You get up in the morning, you want to slap your boss, and you need to be reminded of why you going to work to get that bag. A4A is for you. If you're an entrepreneur to come up and you feel discouraged and you feel like you can't get your mojo to get on your grind to accomplish your tasks, if your business to succeed, A4A for you. If you allegedly are still dabbling in the streets, A4A is for you, because it tells you from start to finish how to get out, and if you don't get out, here's what happens. But check A4A out. You can catch me on Instagram at Nova Soprano, all one word, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, all one word. I'm on SoundCloud even. Just reach out. If you want to work with me, you want to get some game, whatever, reach out, hit me. I'm really accessible. My people will tell you that.
That's what it is. Round of applause one more time for Nova Soprano. Joining us here on the Lyrical Fix.
Yeah.
Dropping jewels, dropping stories of hip hop history.
Oh yeah, we gotta do this again, but in person. Full episode, we gotta do this.
We're gonna make that happen, brother.
Listen, the next time y'all call me, I'm not gonna come by myself. I'm probably gonna be. You're probably gonna have me, Zonnie,
we got the runners.
You gonna have the whole runners. Now you might have the whole team in there just sitting there, and you're gonna be like, "Damn, Nova, we called you," but I can't. I feel like this right. What's missing in the game, and I'm gonna end it here.
Mm-hmm.
Support your team. Sell your team. Like, support your people's brand like it's your own. Rick Ross said that in the interview.
Word.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably one of the first people to go listen.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Anytime anybody I rock with, I support your brand like it's my own. Like, you hear me, I can hear just shout out my people, but I shout out everybody. People who are not even Interstate Runnaz, because I support good music and I support Jersey. Anything that got to do with Jersey, from the from the GWB to the tunnels, all the way to the Delaware River, all the way to 95 crossing to Pennsylvania, I'm gonna support you, because if I don't support Jersey, who gonna support us?
Exactly.
It comes down to that.
I like that.
Nova Soprano. That's what it is, man. It's a great closing too. My man, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, brother. Take care of yourself, man. Stay safe out here.
Y'all do too, man. Y'all be safe, man. Protect the families, man. Corona ain't got no name. It just got dates, and it's feasting.
Word up.
Mm-hmm.
Word the
All right,
fuck
bye,
up,
babe.
man.
I'll
brother,
be
man.
in touch with you soon.
Much love to you, brother. Peace out.
Peace and love.
All right. So that first interview was from Nova Soprano. Shout out to him. His album 848's out. Shout out to all the Interstate Runnaz. Shout out to Zani, who wants to spar, apparently. That's always good. No, I remember because I had done like a Instagram story post, and he had sent me a question saying, when do you and Zani want to collab? I was like, yeah, you know, she's a dope artist. I think we can make something happen at some point, you know? So we'll figure it out. It hasn't come to that yet. We just got to meet up, and obviously quarantine slows a lot of shit down.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens with that, yeah. So right now we're waiting for our next guest to come up on. The interview with Nova went a little bit more than we had anticipated, but that's always a good thing because he was bringing a lot of, he was dropping a lot of gems on us. The fact, I had no idea. You know, it's always people like that. They always know somebody that knows somebody that got the extra scoop on shit.
Yeah.
And that story he told about his girl here in the story of Adidon. But I wanted to say, you see, ladies, this is why you never fucking check your man's phone because you're going to find some shit you don't want to hear.
I mean, no, that was something she wanted to hear. She just couldn't share it.
Oh, because you heard her because then she was holding her pillow like, I can't tell nobody that Drake got a kid.
Man, I would have been, man.
If you had that information, come on, man. Nah.
Oh, our next guest is ready. All right. Let me get him in here.
All right. Now, but real quick before I start, do you want me to introduce you as Spenser Sterling, J Sterling, Mitt Music?
Spenser Sterling is fine.
All right, there you go. I just wanted to make sure.
No, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man, you know how it is. Oh man, I've dealt with it before with other artists. Yeah, someone call someone by the wrong alias and they hold it against you.
Like, oh, whoa.
No, that's not my name. No.
So right, I've been called Pro Kid for a minute. All right.
Pro Lyrical. Kid, isn't it like the shoes? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Pro Kids. Yeah. Or this one other motherfucker had the nerve to keep calling me Pro the Kid when he knew my name was Kid Pro, and he kept trying to be a jackass about it.
Yeah, let's beat his ass.
Every time he'd see me, Pro the Kid, Pro the Kid.
I gotta keep this part.
Word.
Fuck that guy, man. He moved to Cali and swore he's gonna be the next Kanye. He didn't do shit.
Oh shit.
Well done. Well done for him.
Yeah, well done for him. I don't know where that nigga is.
Yeah.
All right. You got your light ready? You good?
Yeah, I just realized I was getting all dark and shit. Go ahead.
Turn up. All right, word up. All right, Lyrical Fix. We're back with our second guest of the day. Shout out to Nova Soprano who just did our interview. We have another guest here in the building with us again. As always, honored, blessed, pleasantly surprised over to have one of our guests. I met this man years ago, very randomly. And we've hung out and had sessions, have songs together, but we're going to get to talk to him today and get to know some more about him. Welcome to the Lyrical Fix podcast. Spenser Sterling, make some noise, people. There's a machine right here.
Hello, here you.
It's not that loud, but I got it.
On the episode, it's going to sound crazy. We're in fucking Madison Square Garden, everybody just on their feet, standing, clapping. They're not calling you by your wrong name. They're not calling you Pro the Kid.
Pro the Kid.
Pro the Kid. Spenser Sterling, what the fuck is good, my dude? How you been, brother?
How you been, man?
Yo, man. You know what? Even though there's all this shit going on, man, I'm very good, man. I'm blessed. I really can't complain. That's really what it is, man. I'm able to make my music. I'm able to see y'all. I actually did an interview earlier today, you know what I mean? But the person was in Atlanta. So it's kind of cool to be able to connect with people like they're here everywhere. Like we're all in Jersey, but like we're talking right now. So, I mean, I think this is dope. Like it's kind of an unprecedented time, but I'm good, man. It's good to see y'all.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Likewise, bro. You doing a promo run from your living room, from your bedroom? That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm in my bedroom.
Same.
I'm doing Atlanta. I'm doing, I got something in Chicago later tonight. You know what I mean?
Whatever it takes, man. On the move tomorrow, yeah.
Now, are you in essential work or are you staying home during all this? What's up?
Well, I mean, I work in the fitness industry during the day, so I mean, I'm able to actually get into a few places now. But the thing is, like, I work a lot in New York, so a lot of people are like gearing up to open back up. So they're like, yeah, we're gonna need you to come in right now. But I'm one of the few people that have actually been able to keep their job. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of people who I do work with who are furloughed, who have been laid off or just fired completely. So, you know,
Damn.
It's tough, man, for some people, which is, like I said, I'm very blessed, man. Definitely.
Okay, and you said you've been able to get more music done, or at least still be able to get your music done at a regular routine.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, well, the. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, I was gonna get into is has being in quarantine, has that like stopped your creative process? I've seen some people saying that they just can't seem to find anything in them. Like it's not like a writer's block, but they're just very distracted by what's going on. Has that happened to you?
Not really, man. I mean, I think you know, since 2015, that's when I came out. That's when I really started releasing music on a regular basis. So I've just never really stopped that, you know what I'm saying? Now, since like last year, like when I came out with For Nip and I did the video and stuff like that, like I just really put it in my head and my spirit. Like I didn't really care what was going on. Like I was just gonna stay focused and continue to put out music, you know what I mean? So another, like I'm dropping another joint May 29th, and then I have like another project in June, you know what I'm saying? Even though I just came out with something in December. So it's just like, you know, I guess it affects me, but it doesn't really affect me when it comes to like writer's block. But I will say this though, bro, when it comes to finding a routine, you know what I'm saying? When you're used to like getting up and going to work or whatever, it's different when you get up and then you got to like go into the lab, or you got to like find something to do before you go into the lab, you know what I mean? Because you want to be productive, right? So sometimes it was a little tough doing that the first few weeks, but you know, I kind of found a rhythm, you know, just like hopefully everyone's doing that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like some people like forcing it, like they're forcing to be creative.
Yup.
Yeah, because there was so many people saying before, like, take this time to be creative. So I even went through it where it was a week where or 2 weeks where creative, I couldn't do it. I had nothing to give out. But
it's like
I think
the power
just the
of
pressure.
Yeah, the power of some stupid fucking meme. We talked about this like at length a couple times. Like there was this one meme going around: if you're not learning a new hustle, if you're not gaining a side business, then you're not lazy. You lack discipline. And like that somehow got into people's minds and in their subconscious. And it's like, shit, if I'm not doing something, if I'm not coming out of this with like a better body or a new business, then what am I doing with myself? I finally have
loser,
I'm a loser. I'm worthless. Like, what am I doing? And you're seeing all these single moms and all these older heads, they're turning into YouTube fitness stars, and like they're selling all this other stuff now, trying to become something that they really weren't in the past. And it's like, I don't know. Are they gonna stick with it? Is it gonna change them? Are they gonna go back to their regular lives when this shit all is over and done with? It's forcing a lot of shit.
Because my thing was, and Pro knows this, that I tend to be very hard on myself. So I'm just like, like, fuck, I didn't get this done. Because I still, before this was over, like, before this happened, I was working. So where my life, like, you know, 40, 50 hours a week. So I'm like, damn, how am I, the time? So now I have all this time on my hands. Let me, like, you know, get shit done, make shit happen. And I think I just... like too much pressure. I was just like, I did this to myself, psyched myself out. It's about finding that balance.
You make a great point. That's facts, yo. I mean, because it's like whether there's a meme or whether there's like a bunch of other people who are doing something, it's like sometimes you just gotta shut that shit out. You know what I mean? Because like I'll give you an example. Like I wanted to get back into reading more consistently because I was one of those type of people who would read for like a week. And then like I just like you said, there was pressure, like, oh, I got to finish this book and I got to do this. But it's just like, I've been reading like 2 pages a day, you know what I mean? But I've been consistent for 30 days, you know what I'm saying? And that's really what it's about, is just like being consistent. So whatever that is, like, even if it's just like, yo, I'm going to just get up and do 2 push-ups today. I'm going to get up and do 1 push-up, like staying productive, you know what I'm saying? Like that seems like that's what's been helping. But hopefully that's something, again, like I'm just being hopeful, like through this whole thing. Like I hope that, you know, people get their jobs back. I hope that, you know, this economy gets running. I hope people find happiness or something through this situation. So trying to see the silver lining and shit, you know.
Yeah, man, everybody's going through this shit differently. And we can't expect everybody to just pick up and learn something new right away. Everybody's grieving differently through this whole thing. There's people that are
That's
still
true.
like shell shocked, like don't know what to do, not getting any money coming in. You know, they're
Yep.
struggling. And I mean,
Yeah.
like
That's
the last
true.
thing they want to do right now is like get their body right for the summer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is there going to be a summer?
Is there gonna be? Well, I mean, you know what? I heard today they're gonna try to reopen the shore on Memorial Day weekend.
Really?
Yeah,
What?
like
Really?
I saw that.
Well, that's
I'm not.
September, right?
No. Memorial Day weekend, like in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know
When's
they're
that.
trying to
Memorial
open-
Day again?
Memorial Day is like the end of May. It's like
shit.
that's that one weekend we either get that Friday off or that Monday off, and that's like the
yeah.
introduction to summer, like spring going into summer,
Mhm.
and then Labor Day is when summer stops.
That's usually a big day
In
in
September.
my job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
I'm missing out
September's
so much
Labor
money.
Day.
September's Labor Day, May's Memorial Day.
Oh,
I always get
got
them
it,
mixed
got
up.
it.
I just know
Yeah.
that weekend is
Yep.
I make a lot of money that weekend. That's all I
Yeah,
know.
it's the unofficial introduction,
I make a
the
lot of money
unofficial
on that weekend.
intro to
Well,
summer
used to.
because that's when you start going to the shore. That's when the weather supposedly starts getting better.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
man.
Yeah. I guess I don't really
I don't
pay
know.
attention to holidays and stuff too much. I mean, it's just like, okay, it's Labor Day, it's Memorial Day, because I think I get off. I'm trying to think. I don't think I get off any of those days. I might just get off Memorial
see what I
Day
mean?
and then that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what
For
That's
me,
cool.
like I work in restaurants, so I only get Thanksgiving and Christmas
Oh.
off. But any other holiday, I just see it. Oh, it's a holiday. I don't know what is what. To me, it's just like,
Yeah.
okay, it's a holiday. I'm making money tonight. Okay, it's this holiday. We're gonna be dead. You know, like things like that. Like it all depends.
Word.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yo,
Yeah,
I see that. I see that you got the sorry, just a sidebar. Like I see, well, you got
Yeah.
like vitamins behind you or something like
Oh
that.
hell yeah! I'm trying to stay healthy. Fuck you. Think
Word
this
up,
is?
word up. Sorry, I got a little distracted.
Oh yeah,
by it.
I
was like,
got
word,
my
she healthy
I got
as
my
fuck.
nail kit. I got my nail kit because I there's no chinitas to do my nails anymore, so it's just me and my vitamins. And my vitamins.
Word up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jay is a very big health nut. When I've gone to his house, the dude has nothing but healthy options in the fridge.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. It's hard
Like-
to feed people when they come to the crib, man.
Oh no, I mean it wasn't like I was expecting like steak. You know, I'm like when you told me like I got vegan options. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. That was no problem for me. Wait, what? I think you
Yeah.
offered me what, the vegan chips? You had
Yep.
some.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like some blue corn chips or some shit like
The
that.
blue.
Oh,
That was my
they're
introduction
so
to the blue corn
good.
chips. I
Yeah.
had never seen corn of the blue variety until I went to his house and I was freaked out.
Yeah, man. There's like 4 different corn varieties, I think, man.
And-
Yeah.
And now when I go to ShopRite, yeah, they do. Now when I go to ShopRite, I see them
bomb.
shits. I'm like, Spence.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. A little bit of hummus.
That shit is
Yo,
bomb.
you ain't, bro. The roasted red peppers. Bro, that's my
Yup.
shit. Sabra?
Come on.
Or is
man.
that too mainstream, or should I get something more underground?
I mean, I don't get sovereign personally, but I shop at like
See?
Sam's Club.
I was waiting for that. You know, Sabra's a little too mainstream for my taste.
Word. Yeah, it's not artisanal enough.
Artisanal.
You know what I'm saying?
I get this shit from the back of Whole Foods. This is the real hummus.
Word up, yeah. That's
Man,
it,
don't
man. They
don't
make
knock
it
on
for me.
that. Yeah, that shit was good as fuck when I worked at Whole Foods. Oh man.
Oh,
I
you
miss
worked
that
at Whole
job.
Foods? Word up.
Yeah, my sister used to work at Trader Joe's. That's how I found out about the blue corn shit. Oh, that was so
Nice.
good. Yeah, but
Word up, yeah.
my sister is vegan, so I'm not vegan, but I'll buy stuff that's vegan. Like she made me. I'm like, oh, that shit is bomb. All right, vegan
Yup.
chorizo, bam. Man,
Yup.
put
Bro,
some-
Yup.
bomb.
It's a big thing, man. The health conscious rapper is a big thing in 2020.
Yeah, man. I think just being health conscious in general, but I will say though, it seems like more people, they're just starting to pay attention to that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because it's been 3.5 years for me where I practice veganism now. I'm not a vegan because I still wear leather shit. You know what I'm saying? Like there's
Oh,
still
okay.
baby calves
So you
that are
vegetarian?
butchered for me.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is,
Right.
like, I'm vegan by cuisine.
Okay.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah, but I'm not vegan by, lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yes, I
With
guess
the
I am
hemp- with the hemp-
vegetarian. But
With the hemp clothing,
Yeah.
clothing and everything. Yeah.
yeah, nah.
I didn't-
Because there's some people who
didn't-
won't sit on leather.
Yeah. I've met.
Oh,
met
that's
a couple
some
of them.
shit.
Yep,
met a
yep,
couple,
they-
yeah.
So that's vegan. Oh, so that's a real
Yup.
thing. Like everything vegan.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah,
You
my
can't
s-
wear
even live
leather,
like
none of that.
Yeah, my sister went through this entire when she went through that whole thing. Like, did you know this? Did you know that? I'm like, did you know that those shoes that you're wearing?
Yep,
Okay,
yep,
okay.
exactly.
So if you
Yep.
get
That's
yeah,
why I
because
don't say I'm vegan like that.
yeah, no, oh no, it's not even that if you say you're vegan, but it's the ones when you start preaching, it's like, oh,
Yes,
okay, like
that's
let's
true.
reel it back in a little bit.
Reel that
Yeah.
shit back in. Yeah, that's facts.
Mm-hmm.
That's facts. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah,
When they try forcing it on you, yeah.
yeah, nah, none of that, bro. I mean, I will say though, I mean, like when it comes to veganism,
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's one of those things that's just opened my mind to really like the human condition because motherfuckers, just like you said, like they'll be very judgmental and they'll kind of like shit on other people because they're like, oh, well, you eat meat and did it like nah, man. If like if people want to talk about veganism, like we talk about it. If not, then you do you, I'm gonna do me. Like that's pretty simple,
Like, I remember asking you questions about it when I first found out. And
Yes,
I was
sir.
like, what do you eat? What are the best dishes? Like, how do you transition to that? Because it was really interesting to me at first because I'd never really met, like, especially a rapper. Not that it was something that we would talk about, like, oh, what are you eating? But then I realized to myself, like, rappers don't really, unless they're like Action Bronson or one of them, like, real, like, exquisite, elaborate rappers that talk about, like, like, foie gras, seared over lamb. Like, motherfuckers really don't get into their food bag when they rap. So I never really cared about it. But it's like, you learn so much. And I hear you on that. Like, it does open you up to a different type of consciousness.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like you become more creative? Like, has that helped spark different creativity, knowing that there's no chemicals or any of that other type of shit in your system?
That's a good question, man. I mean, honestly, I haven't really thought about that because, I mean, I suppose from like a physiological standpoint, that would make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like if there are no chemicals, then like it would just kind of help with circulation and, sleep and all that other shit. So yeah, I mean, I suppose it would, you know what I'm saying? But no, that's a good question, dog. Yeah,
man, I always thought about that shit. Because some people, they rap better when they're high. Some people rap better when they're sober, or rap better when they're drunk. What if you're just free of meat? Like, are you just that much more creative? Are you able to spit better? Like, do you get more stamina when you're performing? Like, this is all shit I'd want to know.
I would definitely say that I have, like, when I'm recording and stuff like that, I just have more energy for stuff like that. I have more focus, you know what I'm saying? And because there's nothing like decomposing inside of me, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I suppose so. Yeah, man. Like that's something that I need to like dive into more. You know what I'm saying? Like the benefits for rappers and shit like that.
That's the type of hard-hitting question we do here on Lyrical Fix podcast. So I don't know what that Atlanta. I don't know what that Atlanta interview did. Oh, so Spencer, tell us where you started. Yeah, I don't want to give you none of that crap. So what is Mitt music?
That's what it was.
No, but I did want to know.
Very introductory.
We obviously will get into it. Yeah, we do. But
yeah, of course.
I never want to just go into the cliche shit. So what does music mean to you?
How did you start?
How did you start?
Yeah.
We don't do that here.
No, we don't like to do. Well, because we like to do our research beforehand, and usually in a situation like this, I'm lucky enough to know the artist. Like, I know from you that one of the first things I knew about you was you obviously weren't from Jersey.
Yep.
Yeah, Michigan.
Yeah.
That's true. Yep. Yeah, Michigan. Straight out of Michigan, man.
Out of Michigan. Now that's where the Mitt music name came from?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Because everyone in Michigan, like, they call it the Mitten State because obviously it looks like a mitten. So just Mitt music, you know what I'm saying? Like it's pretty simple. Like it's not that complex, you know what I'm saying? But it's just a dope play on words, MM, shit like that.
Yeah, Mitt music. Now, was that one of the many names that you were trying to think of when you came up with the name? Or just like, all right, this fits, it works.
Yeah, I think I was definitely, I'm trying to just like put myself in a space where I was thinking about that. I think when I was forming my brand, I wasn't really sure what I was going to call it. I wasn't even sure if I was going to use my name or if I was going to like make up a name or whatever as an artist or a producer. But yeah, it just kind of rolled off the tongue one day, man. Mitt music, and then there's like Mitten State music, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. I mean, that's definitely like another part of what I do too. Cause like when I do production, you know what I mean? Like I want to start like rebranding certain pieces of like of what I do, you know what I'm saying? So there's like Mitt music more as like a whole, because you know there's like Rockefeller and then there's like Rock Nation, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to have like Mitt music and then like Mitt and State, you know, like a publishing arm or stuff like that, you know what I'm saying?
So Mitt music would be the umbrella.
Yes, sir. That's right.
And everything going on. Okay,
that's the plan.
So Mitt music is pretty much you as the producer, and then obviously Spenser Sterling is you as the artist.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Okay. All right, now I want to go.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, that's actually perfect. I was going to mention something like that. Go ahead. Perfect.
No, I wanted to know how you balance that, being a producer and, you know, rapper and everything.
Yeah, it's been interesting, specifically when it comes to like marketing and shit like that, because there's a certain demographic, there's like a niche that I'm going for when it comes to like finding new fans and like finding new supporters of me as an MC, and then finding new people to actually like purchase my beats and stuff like that. It's been interesting, but I mean, I don't think there's like a perfect way to answer that, like when it comes to balancing it. But I will say though, I mean, I don't have any kids. I'm team pull out all day, you know what I'm saying? And then you know, it's just me, you know what I'm saying? So like, that's really what it is. Like I'm blessed people who do have kids, you know what I'm saying? Like I still got to meet your kids, bro. You know what
it's risky. The pull out method did not work that well with me. I will say.
Hey man, I mean, that just means you're on point, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I loved it when it happened. You know?
Yeah.
But in my head, I was like,
fuck.
And then I'm just standing over the bed like,
yep.
That is the most that is the most horrifying thing, because there are times like I'm on the pill, and if I skip a couple days, I was just, oh my god, what just happened? Oh shit. Yeah, no, that is terrifying.
Disclaimer for anybody wondering, I do love my kids.
As the person, as the person who actually can get pregnant, fuck yeah. I'm the one that has to get fuck
fair enough. It's a two-way street. I feel you. It's very terrifying. Yes. I mean, at 24, who's planning this shit out? Honestly,
no doubt.
But I digress.
But I do have a question for you, bro. I do have a very serious question for you. So
go ahead.
Do you fuck and shower like with the hat on too? Do you keep the pee hat on for all that?
Absolutely not, man. It would get so wet. I don't have the budget to buy another one at the moment with Corona. I don't want to order it from Lids. This is a very, very special hat. I wear this strictly for performances. See, the thing is, when I cut my hair and I got it short, I'd be out without the hat, and people are like, oh. Okay.
Hatless
Pro. Hatless Pro. And then Hatless Pro's a fucking monster. Hatless Pro's on his Hollywood shit.
It's like baby Wolverine over there.
Yeah. When I got this on though, I'm low key. You know, I'm low key with this. Oh, if I take off my hat, bro, I got the young. Look at that.
He got he got the Dominican curl and shit going.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, it's there. It's there.
Looking good, bro.
It's all out there, bro. Yeah, I'm out here, man.
I've never seen you like that.
Yeah, man. But for today, just like, you know, for the interview purpose, and I'm gonna be on video, I'm like, you know what? I'll put a hat on.
Put the hat on today.
Yeah, put the hat on today. You know,
it's a dope. They don't want to show it off. But
it is a dope hat.
Do you like Pittsburgh, or like, are you from like Pennsylvania or?
No, not at all. It's strictly just for the P for Pro. I just thought that this one was the dopest.
Okay, I got you.
That's really all it is. The first time I used to wear it on here when I was in high school, my mom would make fun of me because she didn't understand it. She's like, what's the P for, puto? And I took it off. I took it off the next day. I never wore it again. My mom shamed me into wearing a P chain. And then from then on, it's my thing. It's my trademark. People just
that's dope, man. I just wasn't sure. Like I had never asked you about that.
I do take it off. Do you fuck in the shower with your glasses on?
I've never.
I always see you with your glasses. They get fogged up and shit.
that is true. That is true. Yeah. No, I've never tried that.
Shower sex is fucking complicated enough.
It's uncomfortable.
Amen. That's true.
Oh my god, it is the worst.
So overrated. It's so unneeded.
It really is.
You need a big shower.
You need a big shower, right? It never looks like the porn scenes.
Nope.
I got like a very constricted shower. I don't even want to do the bathtub sex scene. That's just not sexy at all.
That's not happening.
One of us is always going to be under the water drowning. So.
Yep.
That's never fun.
Seems
No.
like you got a lot of experience with that. You just like,
Shut up.
fuck that shit.
Yeah, like I was just like, okay, wait, I can't breathe. Like it's just like
It's very inconvenient. You're right though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
And when you watch as much porn as I do, you become somewhat of an interior design expert. And what I've noticed is that my bathroom, my shower is not fully equipped for that type of action.
Me either.
I need something more spacious.
Oh,
you know,
shit.
possibly like a ranch setting.
Yep.
Ranch setting.
Well, there needs to be at least like a seat. There needs to be some type
like
of seat.
like the handicap, the handicap showers.
Yes.
That has like
little handle.
Not like this.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But those and then Well, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was in that scenario when after I had my second kid, because the showers there actually have that type in the hospital. But I was like,
nice.
But I was like, you know what? You just had your kid. Probably not the best time for us to get busy. Let me let you just rest in this bed.
Word. So you did it in the bed then?
Oh God, no. Throwing a hot dog in a hallway at that point. That's not gonna work.
Yo.
Oh shit, she's gonna kill you when she hears this.
Word up.
She's gonna kill me later.
That's how I know she's not right there.
Word.
I mean, I think in the best scenario, you would probably need the sticky things at the bottom, but I feel like those are so unsanitary.
The suction cups. I mean, you gotta clean.
Oh, word. Or like the mat, right?
The mat. Yeah, those kind of gross me out. Those
joints get mad.
No, I stayed at a friend's house. Like when I was out of town, I stayed at her house. Went to go take a shower, and I looked down. I'm like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. I just hate those.
You forgot your shower shoes? Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, right. Oh, if you need shower shoes, that's a whole nother.
That was that dorm life. I do not. That's the one thing I do not miss.
That's what I'm
God
saying.
forbid you rip that. God forbid you rip that shit off the.
Yeah, it's exactly how.
And then it's all dirty under there. You gotta scrub this shit out, put some Fabuloso in that motherfucker, and just give it a time that bitch.
Yeah, you need bleach for that shit, man. That's how it just gets mad thick.
Yeah.
You gotta mix all the fucking cleaning products together.
Word.
Nigga. Fabuloso, Clorox, bleach. You gotta come out with some other shit. Miraculoso.
Yeah, Ajax.
Miraculoso. Ajax.
Oh my God, Ajax. Shit.
Yo. Look at us. We're going off the rails.
Way off.
Way off.
That's what we do here.
See, this might change the title, because we had a title before called The Glute Bridge.
Yeah.
And now we might have to call it Shower Sex Stories. I don't know.
Nah, we can stick with Glute Bridge. It's still the same.
I like the Glute Bridge. Another story for another time. Let's get back into it. Yo, yeah, this is what we do. That's how it gets fun.
I like that shit, man. I like the realness.
This isn't the Atlanta interview.
All right, let's get to it though. So you said R.W.A. like that just dropped.
Yeah.
So the next one, the next two, is that gonna be like you rapping, or you're gonna do like a beat kind of project? Like what do you have plans for those?
Yeah, still rapping. And I'm not 100% sure what the name's gonna be, but yeah, I mean, I haven't released an instrumental project in a long time. I think because I'm constantly releasing music on my website and on BeatStars and stuff like that. Like I just haven't really done that yet, or haven't done that in a while. But the next few projects, I don't know if it's gonna be this year or most likely this year though, since we still have plenty of time.
Do you have like a home studio so you can literally just do everything your own? Oh, that's fire. So
I do. Yeah. I just have the essentials here. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have much isolation and stuff, but I can get everything I need to done here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which I'm thankful for. Like that's usually like whenever Pro and I did any type of recording, like he always came to the crib. We did it here.
Okay, bam. Right.
Yeah, very nice setup too. Yeah, one of the dopest things about this setup was the first time I saw the Oculus, the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, oh man, when I saw that equipment, and then I saw Obi had gotten it for the recording of my project, I was like, all right, we in business, because I already seen how Jay worked it, and I was like, this is good, this is the future. So that piece of product right there, that was amazing. First time I saw it, and just the whole setup. Yeah, everything, man. And another fun thing about the setup too, which I noticed, which kind of has to do with you, but it's your brother who's also is a comic book writer,
That's correct.
Oh, that's
and that
fire.
you yeah, yeah. Oh man, yeah. I wanted to get more into that, and you've gone with them to different conventions and stuff. But I've
All
also
the
noticed
time.
that with a lot of hip hop nowadays, along with it being health conscious, is a lot more callback to like the superhero and comic book era
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yes,
Yeah.
being
sir.
uh that's being thrown into hip hop now. Like, do you see yourself as kind of like in that class as well?
Not really. I mean, I definitely I grew up on comic books and just appreciating art in general. So I
Mm-hmm.
think, I would be remiss if I didn't say, it had some type of inspiration in my music, whether it's just like throwing in a little bit of Buster Rhymes, you know what I'm saying? Just like, and not rapping like that, but just maybe a reference or just,
Yeah.
like a switch of energy or something like that. Because it's like it's very illustrated, you know what I'm saying? It's just it's dope to even think about that. But yeah, I think I've always been more inspired by that because my brother is involved in that. You know what
That's
I'm
cool.
Yeah.
saying? And because I've been involved in, what he's been doing for quite some time as well. So yeah, man. I mean, I love because I always love when you do it too, bro. Like when you do like the Avenger bars and shit like that. Those
Yeah.
are always fly when you throw them in there. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man. Superhero bars, wrestling bars, just shit that I like
Yep.
other than rap. I try to incorporate it in the lines, man. And some people will
Yep.
get it. They'll get the punchlines and shit. I always
Yep.
appreciate that shit. That's always dope to me, man. Do you see some type of correlation? Because you've been around, like I said, you've been at these conventions. Do you see some correlation with the underground comic book writers and underground rappers? Like, is it a similar sort of hustle?
Yeah, man, because nowadays, because of the independent scene with music, it's really about people connecting with their fan base on a real level. You know what I'm saying? And people can
Right.
live very well if they're able to find their niche and then
Mm-hmm.
they're able to like really build something around those people, and then there's more people that come to them once they really refine the process. So it's the same thing with comic book artists, man. I mean, because that's what my brother has done. You know what I'm saying? He has like a core following of people, and that's just from like going to shows and like putting stuff out on a regular basis and just being a real human being. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people who they just fucking their head gets real big, you know what I'm saying? And like it's just hard to relate to them. It's hard to connect with those people. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, man, it's a similar hustle, bro. Almost exactly the same, you know?
Yeah, man. Finding, like you said, finding your niche market, people that
Yep.
would mostly relate to your shit as well,
Mm-hmm.
and getting fans out of them, and then eventually turning that into some type of capital for yourself.
That's correct.
That's what it comes
Yep.
down to. It's funny you mentioned similar to that on the album, on one of my favorite songs, Constellations.
Yes,
Oh
sir.
yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
and what the line that stuck out to me because I've been there as well, and we've talked about it too in our many times at your studio. One line you said, "Getting support from niggas is like pulling
Getting
teeth.
niggas to support.
Getting niggas support is kind of like pulling teeth," and it's
Yep.
true, man. And I don't know if I spoke to you about it directly, but I know I've spoken to someone else, Prospect, another friend of ours, that it's like for some reason or another, and this happens with everybody in any type of genre, your closest people will never support you as much as strangers.
100%.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
why do you
100%.
think that is? Why do you think that is? I feel like the answer is obvious, but everybody usually has their different way of saying it. But why do you think that is?
Um, Personally, I believe it's because most people they're constantly projecting their insecurities on other people. So
Yeah.
whenever they see someone close to them ascending and actually making progress in their life, it kind of like flips that mirror back onto them. You know what I'm saying? And it shows how lame they really are and how lame they really can be. And then
Mm-hmm.
those insecurities, it just like balloons, you know what I'm saying? So
Mm,
that's how you have like I actually got a friend of mine, man, who I work with. Her fucking cousin got shot by and killed by his best friend because he was an
mm,
aspiring DJ. He started to ascend, and
Mm-hmm.
his friend was like, I thought he was gonna leave. So he fucking killed him.
That's
You know what
fucking
I'm saying?
wild.
So it's just like,
Damn.
that's what I'm saying, man. It's just like this type of
bruh.
shit happens to people who have been there your entire life, people who are have your back, all this other shit. It's like those are the ones who will stab you in the back that quick, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I believe it is. You
Bro,
know
that's
what I mean?
wild.
It's bleak, you know what I'm saying, but
No,
it's
I
true.
definitely see that. Yeah, because they
Yeah, I
don't.
feel the same way.
Yeah, it's because it's not only they don't want to face their demons, so they want to say like, okay, I'm here, I'm doing great, but then they see it as a personal attack when somebody close to them is doing even better. Like,
Yeah.
no, like, okay, cool, I'm doing stuff that you're not doing, but why can't you just support me? Like, why do
Yep.
I have to be down in the dumps and I need money, and that's how you want to support me, but you won't listen to my music, or you won't come out to my shows, or things like that. You won't read
Yeah.
you won't come to me like in your butt, like to this convention, shit like that, where I have to be down in the dumps. I got to be lower than you to give you like this, oh, I'm better than him, that I'm trying to think of the word, not that complex, but damn, I'm trying to think of the word.
Inferiority complex.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
That's
Okay.
pretty, yeah. It's like
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily like a Napoleon complex, but yeah, we get where you're going with that. That makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not
Oh
Napoleon,
yeah.
but like the other way around. Like, no, like I have to be better than you. I got to be superior than you for me to be okay. Like we could run in the same circle, but if God forbid you do better than
Oh
me,
yeah,
yeah, if you're doing better than me, then the fuck do I need you for? It's like
got
that.
you.
It's like the pretty girls in high school that got the ugly friend. It's kind of like
Oh
that.
yeah.
It's
I
like
got
that.
you. I got you.
That's
That
how I
makes
see that
perfect
shit.
Ooh,
sense.
that was a nice metaphor. I didn't even think about it
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. Far.
As though, yeah. I mean, when it comes down to it, yeah, people that grew up in your same environment, they can't accept the fact that you're doing better than them,
Yeah,
and they're
Yep.
still stuck in that same place.
and
I
like
think
It's
that's
a
where it
God.
comes from.
crab in a bucket. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
yeah, bro.
we all fighting in here. We all struggling. It's like when you're from the hood and you get out, it's like, oh, you better than me. No, I'm not saying I'm better than you. Like I'm just this is what I'm doing. Support me.
Yep.
Like just
Oh yeah.
we got to stop talking because I left. We got to stop talking because I'm doing all this good shit. Like yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just talking before about Constellations, one of my favorite tracks.
Yeah.
I also meant to ask you, did you handle all the production on R.W.A?
I produced it, but I didn't make any of the beats.
Oh okay.
Oh, okay. All right. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
man. Oh, I was gonna say, bro, the beats on that because I revisited it over the weekend and then back today, and it's
Mm-hmm.
just and we never got to talk about the beats. I didn't see who was on the credits either, so I wasn't
Yeah.
sure. And that's the one thing I want to touch. The beat selection on that is fucking amazing.
Thank you so
Personally.
much.
No, that was
So
good.
Yeah.
it's
So smooth. Yeah.
is this all beat stars? This is all you just going on beat stars finding these dudes?
Pretty much, man. Yeah, yep. There was tracks. There's a few producers that I really only fuck with. Because Dream Life, he did the majority of them, and then there's shit, DG Beats, and then the Beat Plug. Like those are some of the main people who I usually purchase beats from if I'm not making the beats myself. But I mean, I wanted
Oh,
to do something a little bit different because I mean, the majority of my music, I make all the beats. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, you
right.
know what, let me try for a different sound. Let me fuck with a different producer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because the different sounds were there. I was like blown away. Like I said, one of the ones, XY was another one
Yup,
that I was just hyped about. The one I heard before, No Limitations, obviously.
sure.
Constellations. Shit, nigga, we moving,
Yeah.
bro. And
Yeah,
then
that
on
was a good
top of
one.
that, and then another thing that caught me by surprise on this one was the main tone of the album. At least for me, what I got from it was a little mix of like, kind of like the underdog tracks
Yep.
that you were given, but then it was also mixed with a lot of love tracks for ladies.
Yep.
So was that
Yeah.
the main goal? Was that what you were pushing towards? Was this dedicated to someone? Like, what was your thought process going into this project?
Um, Honestly, I think when it comes to a direction of a project, I usually just like to be a conduit for whatever, needs to, be displayed, you know what I'm saying? Because when I'm making music, sometimes I can be very like overly intentional, you know what I'm saying? But then when I'm putting together multiple songs, I'll record, 16 or 20 or 30 or whatever, and then I'll be like, I actually really like these joints because they really spoke to me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now, but to answer your questions more specifically, I wasn't really going through any like major issues with women or anything like that. I guess I kind of always am, but
Right.
so I
Aren't we all?
have I have like I have direct inspiration for that, but and then obviously when it comes to just like doing more music, and then you know, just getting into like sharing my music, marketing it and stuff like that, you really start to see how harsh the industry is. You know what I'm saying? And how shitty human beings could be. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, I'm just here. I'm like really vulnerable right now with my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting everything out there, and some people just shit all. They don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's cool. Like the ups and downs. Like I'm ready for all that. You know what I'm saying? But I think with R.W.A, that's why I named it Ready, Willing, and Able, because it was just like, you know, I'm ready for the good, the bad, and whatever else, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I ended it with like a semi diss track too, you know what I'm saying? So it just like it just culminated my emotions when I was creating the project.
Oh yeah, Suffer Quietly. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You was talking that talk on there.
Yeah, no, I had to. I usually don't. So yeah.
Dark, gritty beat. All right, so then what brought that on? Why do it at the end?
I think it like, well, if you listen to the beat and then also just like my delivery and stuff, it's not like all the other ones. So I wanted to I just kind of wanted to switch it up a little bit for that one. But when I was listening to it, I was just like, it doesn't necessarily fit, but it needs to go on the project. So that's why I was just like, exactly, yeah. So that's why I was like, I'll just put it right at the end.
Okay, just kind of like a closing thought type of deal.
That's correct. Yeah, yep. Cap it all.
Oh yeah. No, and the one thing that Sade and I were talking about was there were a lot of features. Now, when you first look at it, you see all these features, you're thinking it's rapping, but you hear these, and if you go just by names, usually it's just a name. It's not really a rapper. It's most likely a singer. And there were no rapping features on this. These were all singers that were on there. Where did you find all these amazing ass fucking singers? Because not only did they sound great, the one big thing about it was we appreciated how well they sounded on each track. Like whoever you grabbed for each song, they sounded perfect on that hook.
And it complimented you so well too.
Nothing was forced. They all sounded like they meant to be on that beat, as if they made it themselves.
Yeah, man. I mean, well, so there's actually like Danique, for instance, who we've done quite a bit of stuff together. We actually work together. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And you know, one of my boys, he was like, "Oh, you do music, she does music," and then like I was putting together the project at the time, so I would just like send her music, and she's a great writer. Like she wrote all that stuff herself, and then she came here and recorded it. You know what I'm saying? So that ended up fitting real well. And then Miles, I was in an engagement group for a while, and then Miles actually shared some music that I think that's what it was, and then I really liked it, you know. So I was just like, okay, you know, let's see what you could do. And then I just like sent over some stuff because I needed some singers, you know what I mean? Because there's certain things that like Constellations, and you know, there's certain songs that I can do the hook on, but I'm not really a singer like that. I'm not overly inspired to sing or anything like that. If it comes out naturally, cool. But that's some songs like it just requires a singer. So, and then you know, obviously Miles did 2 tracks, and then the other singers, they actually worked directly with those other producers that I got the music from, and then I just like bought the hook with it. You know.
Okay.
I got you.
Gotcha. But either way, it's still complimented. Besides, like, what was it, Danique, right?
Yeah.
That's her name. That's how you say it. Yep. Yo, she, man, I gotta find her. I definitely. She was really good. She was dope. I liked her a lot.
The unfortunate thing is I think she just deleted her Instagram page. You know what I'm saying? Because I haven't been able to find it. You know, I have been able to like.
And I was gonna put her in the mentions. Yeah, damn.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, some people, they just been falling off the face of the map with this whole quarantine situation.
Yeah, you know, I've heard about that. Yeah, a lot of people just like taking the social distancing a whole nother level. Like, like I'm just not gonna talk to anybody, kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah.
Which not there. You know, maybe they're taking this time as like therapeutic, kind of.
That's cool. Hopefully, that's what it is. Hopefully, we can all get back to business.
Yeah. Everybody
Yeah.
grieving differently, man. Everybody's handling this shit different. You
That's
can only
facts.
hope for the best. Yeah, man. Because when you hear talented people like that, like, because that's what I've done. Like, I've encountered so many more talented singers, rappers, producers, just off of this quarantine shit that I wouldn't have normally done because I'd be too busy working or be out doing my own thing.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So it's been great. Like, you see how many talented people, not just in Jersey, just all fucking everywhere, man, all over. Like, it's
especially
ridiculous.
like these live shows, then you're seeing people that you wouldn't have seen in like the
Oof.
circuit. Or
Oh my
people are like,
gosh.
oh, like I haven't really performed live like at all, but you know, this is a chance I could perform from my living room type thing.
Yep.
So like, you know,
The
I'm
thing-
just taking this chance.
Have you done any performances in your living room or in your bedroom?
I mean, nah, I haven't. Nah, I mean that's interesting though, because like I definitely see people doing that, like they did the American Idol thing or whatever, where people are performing in their houses or whatever.
Oh, shit,
Yeah.
I didn't
So
even-
nah,
yeah.
I mean like that. I think that's dope though. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'm more of a purist when it comes to that. You know what I mean? I haven't done a million shows, but I mean I'm definitely more of a like in person show type of guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
same
gotta
here,
get you-
man. Like,
I gotta get you
I
to
just
check
did my
it
first
once we open back up.
that's
I gotta get
one of
you
the
to
places
yeah, of
I
course.
mentioned to him to come. Yeah, man. I just did my first one like the other day, and I didn't have a
Oh,
sound
nice.
system to play anything, so I just did an acapella. You know,
Oh, that's dope.
no, people fuck with it, but it's just like I'm the type, like, I wanted my shit to be like grand. Like, I wanted to have lights. I wanted to have my own little stage.
Yeah.
You want
I
to be
don't
able
have
to
the
stomp.
resources for that.
That's
I want
why.
to be able
You
to
just wanna
stomp.
Yeah.
I want to move around. I want to move around. I want to have a camera following me.
Yeah.
I don't want to just be stuck and doing a selfie rap.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I feel like that's just the wave of this whole thing. So I don't know, man. I mean, it seems like it's a good way to get your name out during this whole quarantine thing, but it's like you're so limited to what you can fucking do. So I always like to ask every artist, like, have you been thinking about it? Is there something you could see yourself doing? Because I know a lot of artists that just won't do it because they're purists, like you said. I'd rather just be in front of people doing my thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, but one thing I will say, like, I've never really limited myself either. So I mean, I'm with you on the whole selfie situation. Like, that's not necessarily like my idea of a good performance, but like whatever it takes, right? You know what I'm saying? Like we only have what we can work with at the moment. So like, fuck it. Why not?
Man, I see dudes get a couple LED lights and they think they the top shit. I've been seeing it.
Word.
Oh man. Now I'm like examining everybody's background. Like, if you don't have a ceiling fan during your performance, like, I'm not listening to you. Like, I've become such a fucking super like egotistical guy in that way. Like, the sound system got to be right. If you give me some funky ass colors during your performance, I'm probably turning off and I'll come back later.
I wonder if that's why Dre doesn't want to partake in the battles. Why Dre doesn't want to do the versus shit? Because he just probably
Why Dr. Dre doesn't want to do it?
Yeah,
you think it's because he doesn't have a light fixture?
Because
the ceiling fan,
not
bro.
that.
The ceiling fan. He's probably got a
ceiling fan in
right.
the fucking studio. He has a studio in his house. I know he has. Like, but I just feel like he probably
with a wall full of plaques.
What?
Yeah, we know the song.
Yeah.
To add to the wall full of tracks
behind him. Like, come on.
Stacking up in the back of his house like trophies. Y'all think he gonna let his dough freeze? Hoe Please. Better bow down on both knees. Who do you think taught you to smoke trees?
Trees. the DOCs.
Snoop D-O G's and a group that said motherfuck the police.
Police.
Man.
Come on.
Who gave you a tape full of dope beats to bump when you strolled through in your hood? Sorry.
I know, I'm waiting.
And when your album sales wasn't doing too good, who the doctor
told you to go see?
I knew
y'all listen up closely.
Finish it. Go ahead, finish it.
Oh please. No, I'm right.
When that shit came out, I was going around saying "Hoe Please." I got smacked in the mouth by my mom.
Yeah,
but
everybody.
She was like,
my
"What
mom
the
did
fuck
not like
did you
me
say?"
telling
Hoe Please.
Hoe Please.
She did not like me telling her to bow down on both knees. She did not like that.
Yo, do the dishes. Hoe Please.
Hoe Please.
Oh my god.
Better bow down on both knees. Mom, who do you think taught you to smoke trees? Oh, Chancleta was flying full speed.
Just dodging.
Fucking 5 rotations before it hit my face.
Word.
The flat side.
I mean, I figured he didn't want to do it because of how like bad social media went in on Teddy. But it's probably that. Maybe he's just a purist and just didn't not that he didn't believe in it, because he was on Teddy's live saying, like, he was FaceTiming Teddy and said, he's like, no, like, it's cool, like, you know, it's not that he doesn't believe in it, it's just not for him. So maybe he is kind of like that purist shit.
I mean, the whole setup, when you look at it,
ideal. What?
This first off, the one thing we can all agree on when we hear these versus battles is the sound is terrible. The audio quality is unbearable.
Oh,
and for someone who made a fortune off of great sound, like it's just that's not his bag. Like, maybe to me, that's one thing I would say for him. Like, that's one thing that would turn me off.
Right.
So it's part of that whole purist thing where he's just like, nah, if not one thing is right, if not one thing is right, then it's all to shit. Then I can't do it.
Plus, he strikes me as one of those, like,
Premier
big time hermit.
Though.
Premier sounded great, and so did RZA's. Actually, no, RZA's didn't, because it was that whole it was that whole thing.
RZA was
that whole bong bong. You're right, that was the whole back and forth. But it's like, he doesn't strike me. He strikes me as the very, very producer, like the stereotypical producer hermit crab. Like, he just won't leave the studio, so he's not much of a personality. So if he were to just get in front of a thing like this and just play songs, I don't feel like he'd be that interesting. But I could be wrong, because I was wrong about Babyface. He was a smooth, old school player, slightly petty, bro.
Dope.
I loved it. And then to see how Erica and Jill did their thing, where it wasn't even no cattiness, no pettiness to it, just straight females showing love. Like, to see Dre and possibly Diddy, I feel like that'll go off the rails real quick.
Yeah, because Diddy's complete opposite. Diddy's like all over the fucking place. Yeah.
Diddy will be the whole show.
Exactly. The lives that he's done, he has all his kids in the background dancing, going fucking crazy, and then even himself,
hype man.
He's like, DJ, you know, like screaming at the fucking DJ, getting up.
No social distancing whatsoever.
At all. No mask.
At all.
Gloves.
Nah,
no mask.
Something tells me that Diddy has
everybody
all of those
hugging
people.
and touching.
Diddy has all those people living in his house. You know damn well he has an in-living fucking DJ probably, or at least from next door.
And he got a hospital in the basement, so they're all clean and good to go. I'm assuming.
They got the hydroxychloroquine down there.
There you go, bro. See, you know they got the hydro lab down there. They don't play around, man.
Right next to the movie theater.
Right next to the movie theater.
Right next to the movie theater. Yeah, that's fucking Diddy living that life, bro. But you know, let's get into that versus battle, man. So how have you seen? Because it kind of ties into what we were saying before about wanting to do these live performances. What do you think about these versus battles that you've been seeing?
I think it's an amazing piece of culture. I mean, I really like the one that T-Pain and Lil Jon did. That one was dope. You know what I'm saying? And then it seemed like anything, you know what I'm saying? Like when people get a hold of something like this, it becomes something of it becomes a little bit too produced, you know, because I really like even though the sound quality is bad and unbearable at times, it's just like it's more about just like doing something for the culture, you know what I mean? That's why I like when Swizz Beatz and Timberland did it, because it was just like two friends getting together playing songs, you know what I mean? And then by the time Teddy and Babyface, they're in the studio, these motherfuckers got like the greasiest lips ever, you know what I'm saying? It's just like their dudes are in the background, like you got dudes dancing and shit like that. It's just like, dude, just get in front of that shit and play the music. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even think about that, the greasy lips.
Yeah.
Like, these motherfuckers like took showers.
Jill Scott, Jill Scott did it good. Erica, I love Erykah Badu. I mean, nothing would if it has Erica in it, then it's gonna be a production with the Bruce Lee show.
Yeah.
I really
That's true.
I appreciated the Bruce Lee, but
the sage was burning.
for sure.
Oh, man,
hella incense burning and shit.
I was enlightened spiritually, you know.
But that one was a little like there was some production in there, but that one I just felt was way different from the rest. Way different.
I felt like shooting my shot at all the hippie poetry girls on my timeline. Like, you know, you get that feeling.
The neo
just want to slide the neo soul hoes, man. They never want to feed you, but they know they can't cook for shit, but they know the right type of rose water to feed you with when you're feeling stressed.
Spray it on your face.
Yeah. Oh, I got some petals from Guatemala. I'll just mix these in your tea. You'll feel much better. Like, no, bitch, I'm hungry. Just
I'm
make
hungry.
a sandwich or something.
Fucking food.
Just give me a sandwich.
Oh,
Give me some
please.
blue corn. I'll take some blue corn chips at this point.
And
I
some
don't give a
hummus.
fuck.
Those neo soul hoes definitely know about some blue corn chips and hummus. That's probably the only thing they know
that
about.
shit themselves. They got the grinder. They got that shit themselves.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But they want to sit on leather.
Exactly.
These hoes ain't really vegan.
Nope.
Oh shit.
Vegetarian.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of hoes, man, you got something I've been meaning to ask you, and I've never got into it. Yeah, well, yeah, you'll see. You when you post something on Instagram, you start with the same tagline.
Yes, sir.
When you start, and it ends with,
okay.
and I still don't love hoes.
I still don't love hoes.
I love
so
that
explain.
Thought.
I was trying to find a way to segue into it, but this is as good as time as any.
Mm-hmm.
So, where does that come from? How did that start? Yeah, so how did that start? Where does that come from? Is that a promo idea? Like, where do you go with that?
Well, I think it came from just the thought of like being consistent in my branding, but it was just like anything else. It's like, when you're writing a song, like, where does that stuff come from? It's just like, it's just inspiration, you know what I mean? Because I think, you know what it was? I was like, 'cause since I drive around a lot, like, I just see a lot of weird shit in New York, man, and New Jersey. So like, I think it really started to pick up for me when I was like, I saw this cop with a really trashy haircut. You know, cops suck. So it's just like he just looked like he was being whack to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Exactly. He was just being real trashy, you know what I mean? So then it just like kind of was just like, here we are. It's another day and I still don't love hoes. Just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's weird because like people will DM me about that. Like, what do you mean? Or like, you talking about women and shit like that, man? And then it's just like, nah, that's not it. Now, like, that's why I say, like, if the shoe fits, try it on. Like, if you're a hoe, then this is for you. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you're someone who is salacious, if you're someone who is just like a trash human being, stuff like that, a cop, whatever, like, most likely you're a hoe. Like, you fit under that umbrella. You know what I mean? You fit in that bracket. So I
a general
think
term for it, yeah.
It's a general term, yeah. You know, like, I've acted like a hoe sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. There's people I like that. I'm not saying that I am a hoe, you know what I'm saying, but I've acted like one, you know what I'm saying? So
we've had hoish tendencies in the past.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that.
I think that's really what it was. It was just me being silly, me being like having a good time, because I think it was like a year or so ago, like, I actually started giving a fuck about like social media and like actually posting stuff consistently. So that's when I was just like, you know, this is just a part of my character. Let me display who I am, you know what I mean? So that's where it came out. It was just a natural thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's become a platform for you to get your thoughts out.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, it's funny too. Like, we can all laugh together at it, you know what I'm saying?
Them shit's cracking me up.
You have to, man. That's why, like, people can't be taking this social media shit so seriously, man.
Nah.
Like one of the things that we've encountered before, we were talking about it, and we'll go from there. After that, we'll go into segments. Quarantine beef. People having beef during this quarantine.
My Lord.
Like, the fact that you can beef with another person, whether it's just a regular friendship or you're an artist and you guys are in similar fields, why do you feel that something like that is still going on at a time like this?
Yeah.
Like, what do you feel like would be the reasons? Because I feel like it's completely stupid, but there are still people that are actually caring about another person from a computer screen. We can't even go out and see each other and talk about this like adults. We have to actually deal with it over like online shit. Like, why do you think that is? Why do you think that's happening?
Man, people are just weak, man. Like, a lot of people are just weak individuals. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I've found out, is that just like, you, like, for someone to take this time, you know, like, there's motherfuckers dying. There's people who are like losing their loved ones and shit like that. And now that's something that happens every day. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like, now, like, let's say you lose your fucking job, and then you lose someone close to you, and then we're worried about motherfuckers like beefing and shit. Like, people need to just stop that shit. You know what I mean? That's why I think the Versus thing is amazing. That's why I think these Zoom calls are amazing. All that shit, but Like, yeah, I
It
just
kind
think
of like
people are weak.
overshadows that. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
negativity, man. Like, now's not the time for that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because you're beefing
Goddamn
with
right.
somebody, yeah, you're beefing with somebody who you don't know if they lost their job. You don't know if they lost somebody close with. You're just beefing
Right.
with them because you're clearly not okay with yourself. So you just
Yup.
feel like doing all this extra shit while you're sitting at home alone, pretty much. It's
Yup.
so unnecessary, yeah.
Way too unnecessary. And I
'Cause
imagine it's because too, like, it's just kind of like this shit kind of weighs on people. They're just like, motherfucker, I
Mhm.
want to get out and do some shit. So, I mean, maybe that could be it too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, no
And then you
excuse
have
for that
to,
shit.
yeah, no, and then you have to eventually see these people outside at some point or another.
Yup. Yup.
And then
Yeah.
No real
it's
beef
just,
there.
it's all, yeah, exactly, right? It's all ugliness. Either it happens or it doesn't. So
Yup.
yeah, quarantine beef is fucking stupid. I
Shit's
think we
stupid,
can all
man.
agree on
Hopefully,
that. Yeah, man.
hopefully that hasn't happened to you. Has it?
Oh no, I mean we in certain ways. We talked
Yes.
about it before.
I'll
Yeah.
say
In
yes.
in certain ways, we've run into a little bit of online beef for no reason at all, and like our stance on it is strictly, and we're not saying that
Shut the
it's
fuck
just
up.
because it's you here. Well, yeah, shut the fuck up, and also like there's more important stuff going on. Like get over yourself,
Yeah.
like grow up,
100%.
like grow up.
Because
Like,
that's the
that's it,
thing with
like-
this quarantine shit. It's like okay, like there was haters before this. There's gonna be haters after. It's
Yup.
just during this time they're taking this to a whole nother level, and it's like, yo, just shut up.
Yup.
We don't
Like,
we don't need it.
go to
There's so
go to
much more.
sleep, watch a
Go,
movie.
Do
yeah,
something, yeah.
go some.
Yeah, take a jog. Like go somewhere.
Jump on Netflix.
Come on,
Write a
man.
song. I don't fucking know. Go out and do something.
There's so many like Nick Cage and Steven Seagal movies that y'all motherfuckers can watch on Netflix. Like,
Shit,
aside
I'm
from beefing with people.
yeah, like I'm in my own Marvel marathon, which I got
Hey.
like 2 movies left. Well, 3 technically, because the Spider-Man starts Phase 4. But,
Yeah.
More
I'm in
power
that
to you.
shit.
I
I'm at
can't go back and
Infinity.
watch all them motherfuckers again.
There's
It's
a lot. I
actually
mean,
pretty
those
good.
joints are long too.
It's like and like I
Yeah.
told her, you got to watch Agents of Shield. You got to watch.
Yup.
You got to
No,
watch what's her
that's
face,
yeah, I
Agent
know.
Carter. You got to get into all
Yeah.
that shit. You might as well
Yeah.
watch New Mutants while you at it.
No, I feel like the
Nah.
timeline would be a little off with that one though.
That's the thing, man. And then she's watching all the other X-Men movies, the old joints that have nothing to do with the.
Man,
yeah,
that
it's
took me
not even
like
the same
that took
MCU.
timeline.
No, that took me
Bro.
like 2 days. So I mean, when I say Marvel, like I did the X-Men shit. That's done in. Oh God, I never want to go back to that ever again. And it just ruined it for me. It did, and I love
Yup.
those movies separately. Like even the first 3 that came out back in the early 2000s, but still. But I did that one. Right now, it's more just Avengers. It's like 20 something movies.
Yup.
Like damn, I finally made it to the end of Phase 3 though. Finally.
Damn.
Shit.
I just finished binging Waco on Netflix.
That's,
Oh,
I gotta
shit.
watch that next.
Yeah,
I
that
kinda
shit
wanna
was
get into
dope, man.
Shield, though.
That shit was
Waco.
dope. Waco, you know about that Waco shit from the '90s?
Is that like that what's that David Koresh or
Yeah,
whatever?
Koresh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
it? David Koresh?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That dude, yeah, that was his
No, I
story.
didn't know that they did a show about that.
It apparently
Yeah.
came out like years ago on some channel, and it just recently like popped up again on Netflix, and it's like one of the
Oh.
top 10 shows. Like they do a trending thing on Netflix now.
I saw
It's
that.
also probably
yeah.
because they mentioned it
Little
in
miniseries.
Tiger King. Ooh.
Oh,
Oh,
probably.
man.
There you go.
Motherfucking
There you go.
Tiger King.
Oh, so
Tiger
you
King.
caught that too? All right,
Oh
Tiger
yeah,
King.
yo, when I saw that new
We never
episode
actually got into it
notification,
here.
that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
What, the Tiger King?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
we
go-
kind of talked about it, but we didn't really get into it. We like me and him off air talked about it, but that's about it.
Yeah.
It's
That's
an
That
interesting
shit is
show.
a crazy story. It's a crazy story, man.
For sure.
The life of those people is amazing. It just really
That
goes to
bitch
show
did
you
it.
how different we're in the same country, but it's really different out here in some states.
Way different, bro. Way
Oh
different.
my god! I mean, just
That
the
shit
fact that
is
it spanned from Oklahoma to one of the Carolinas to I
Yeah,
think, Texas,
Florida.
Florida.
Mhm.
Oh man, don't even get me started on Florida. Florida is the real life Grand Theft Auto. That's how I consider it,
It kind of seems like it, bro.
For
bro.
real.
I mean,
The
the fact that they
Wild West.
opened everything up first
Yup.
from this quarantine. Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Because I think Atlanta, I think that's when they're starting to open stuff up too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like bars
Yeah.
and like restaurants and shit.
We
I
gonna
seen a
see.
video. I seen a video last week. Atlanta going fucking crazy. Like hella people in the streets. That shit
Yeah,
was wild.
I'm treating this shit like when an iPhone come out. I'm gonna let y'all go through it first.
You
and then when I
were.
see
Wait for the
the
next
coast is
one.
clear,
That's true.
then I'll be out for
I'm gonna
version
get 2.0.
3.0.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait for the update. Yeah, the human
That's
update,
true.
and then I'll be good. Yeah,
That's true.
I ain't
Oh,
fucking around with
man.
that shit, man.
All
All right,
right, let's
but
get into
moving
I'll
on.
segments.
wait.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we'll wait. All right, so let's get into our segments right now. So,
Yeah.
like I mentioned to you before, we have two segments on the show that we do with our guests during our chop up session. So the first one, with Nova, we did the fix first. So we're gonna start with
Yeah,
you.
the fix first.
Second, we'll do fix first. So this one's called the fix. So you basically give us a song or a verse that means something to you. It doesn't have to be your song. It could if you want, but just something that you grew up with, any genre at all, that means a lot to you, and why.
Oh wow. Well, I'm gonna pick something that's more recent.
Yeah.
Since we were talking about like wrestling bars and stuff like that. I've really been fucking with what Griselda's been doing.
I knew
And
it.
West Side Gun, he just dropped his project, and I haven't heard from Joey Badass in a while. So the song 327 is really dope
327.
to me.
Yeah.
Like
He has a
that
project
song
coming
in
out soon
general.
too.
Yeah, I'm just like, where is
Waiting.
Joey Badass? You know what I'm saying? So when when I heard that he was on there, I was pleasantly surprised. And
Yeah.
he fucking bodied that shit. So
Now he's
that verse right there, that one right there, like I just keep going back to that shit and listening to it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
I didn't
West
see.
Side was
Oh, go ahead.
surprisingly good on that too.
Yup.
Yep. Like the way he flowed. Oh, I
That
was
was
waiting
the one
for a
with
beat
Tyler,
like that.
right? That was
Tyler,
the one with Tyler.
yeah. I think Tyler made that beat. I could be wrong.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
No, Tyler made another beat off the project. He featured on that one,
okay.
and then he produced another one.
That's dope.
All right, because that song is.
I just don't remember which one he
Yup.
produced.
Song
But
slang,
no,
327.
and Joey, I know they've been talking about the past week or two that he has another project coming out soon, which the last one was the American joint, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, that shit was.
That
I
was
miss
great
him so
too.
much. I don't know if he said a date, but I know it's coming soon. So hopefully.
As long as we get some more music from that dude, you know what I'm saying? He's one of my
Oh,
favorites.
I'm always down for more badass, man. Definitely.
Hell
Definitely
yeah.
underrated in that top tier class of MCs right now. Like
I agree.
I think people see him as like a second tier, like right under Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick. I think he's right there with Big Sean, Wale, Vince Staples. I think like
Casey,
the new class. Yeah. That's how they see him. I think like he's still got another classic before he can go into that one. I feel like he could.
Okay.
But I also felt like Wale could too, and he just hasn't gotten that push.
I agree. Yeah. Well, he's like very eccentric. You know what I'm saying? And like he's one of them type of dude. Like Wale, I love his style, but like when he does like, and that's kind of where I got my inspiration on what song was that? It was the one right after We Moving. I don't forgot the damn name of my own song.
Sunset or Mirage.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, that one right there. The third verse. Like I was gonna write a third verse, but I did more of a spoken word thing because I was like, I've never done some shit like this. So Wale is one of them type of dudes that just like he doesn't get the praise that he deserves in my opinion. But you're right though, man. Like I think he is like one classic away.
Awesome.
Same thing with Big Sean. That's how I felt about him too. Like I feel like he hasn't gotten his just due, and he's like made
coming out
projects.
Soon.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, he did put out a couple projects that weren't that great, so that usually pumps up your status. Like the Metro Boomin project, I remember that there was like nothing going on there.
Yeah, because he kept the fast forward button.
Yeah, when he made Detroit, I was like, oh, okay, Sean's in his mixtape bag again. I fuck with this because the album wasn't that great.
Right.
Like he's one of those guys. He's like, like Fabulous. You make awesome mixtapes, but when it comes down to albums, it's not really hitting.
Right.
Like that's how I saw Big Sean.
Right.
You know, but then he got that Kanye push. He got, he killing those Good Friday joints when they were out. He was killing on the compilations and shit. But then when it comes to album time, he had that joint album with Janae. That didn't hit that hard.
I decided it was good. I decided
it was better. He had a couple joints on there. The moves,
albums.
Yeah. Bounce Back. Like he had dope ones on there.
Was it Jump Out the Window? That one was my shit. That one I couldn't stop playing.
He had a joint with Eminem on there. Like he was doing good. And then I think the Kendrick beef in there kind of slowed it down, and people were expecting more from him, and then the fact that he didn't really go at Kendrick, I think that kind of put him down a little more too. There's different theories about that shit.
Yeah, I mean,
that,
but
it's
hard for someone. It seemed like he was like going through like a transition in his life too. You know what I'm saying? Where it was just like, oh, I'm gonna separate myself from music, because being from Michigan, it's just like I want to see everyone from Michigan succeed. You know what I'm saying? So like when I don't hear Big Sean, when he comes out with that, like they just like you said, that joint with Metro Boomin, it was just like, come on, dog.
Lackluster.
Come on, dog.
It was, man.
Yeah.
It was lacking a lot.
This is what we're doing. Yeah. No, I get you. 100%.
Yeah, man. All right, so that's where we at with the fix. All right, so the other segment that we have is called If You Don't Know. Now, I'm sure you being from Michigan and you now reside in Jersey, you know plenty of artists, and plus with the ones that you had on your album, you got plenty of artists that the world, especially the audience here, may not know about. So that's what we do this segment for. I want you to put us onto an artist, maybe a group, someone that we may not know, the fans may not know of, but you feel that we should know about because they're crazy. So who would that be?
Of course. So one of the people who I actually just stumbled upon, this dude called Rust Jux. It's RUSTE JUXX.
Oh, Rusty Jux, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like
I know
he's
about
dope. Like, yeah, he came out with a project 2020, and then there was some other, I forget the guy's name, but he came out with a project called Slim Shady, and he's basically just like basically what the fuck was it? He didn't really redo every song from Eminem's projects, but it was almost like an ode to him. You know what I'm saying? So, damn, what's that dude's name again? Fuck.
And this isn't the Rusty Jux?
Nah, it's not him. It's another guy.
Oh, okay.
It's another guy.
Slim Shady.
Yup. The project is called Slim Shady. It came out this year.
Oh, I gotta find that one.
Yup. I'll send it to you guys. But
it's actually a Detroit rapper. Yeah, Elzai did that a couple years back, actually, with Illmatic, and he called it Elmatic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
That I love that project, man. He flipped all the samples from Illmatic and just did his own thing. And you already know, him being from Detroit, from Michigan, that motherfucker's special.
Yep.
Elzai is one of Elzai.
Do you have a song though from? Wait, so which one is If You Don't Know? So is it Rusty? Jux?
Rusty Jux. Yeah, you got a specific song or a project from him?
The most recent one, because like the most recent joint he came out with, it was actually not a compilation. It was like it was him and another rapper. They actually did the project together, and I had just never heard of him before. And I just like really just started going through, like, because I had never heard of any song from him as a rapper. So I was like, yo, I'm actually really feeling this shit. Actually, you know what? The project is like hydrochloric acid or something.
Oh, sulfuric acid. I'm looking at it now.
That's the joint right there. That's a dope project. Really, like I need to actually listen to it a second time, but I mean, I was pleasantly surprised by that shit.
So that'd be Rusty Jux and Zealot of FWM.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Sulfuric acid. All right.
Yep.
That's what.
That's a dope project.
All right, Rusty Jux it is. All right, brother, man. That's what it is, man. That's our two things. So, before we cap off, man, basically just want to let the people know where they can find you, where they can find your music. You already told us what you got coming up next in the next couple months, but where can they find you?
The best place really is my website. So that's mittmusic.com. And then also I'm on Instagram quite a bit, and I'm at the Sterling Example.
We can hear many of his rants about the hoes that he encounters in his everyday life.
Okay.
That's
anytime I got the sound on it and I'm like scrolling through, I hear I'm like, okay.
Okay.
That's it.
Like,
that's what it is, brother, man.
It's Sterling time. I'm like, okay.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
All right, brother, man. You already know.
Being our producer for last month.
Yes, absolutely, man.
Thank you.
You already know, brother, man. So ready, willing, and able, available on all your DSPs. Make sure to get it, copy, and make sure to listen to the old work as well. And make sure to go to Mitt Music. It's MITTMUSIC.com to check out the beats as well. I think that'll take you to the BeatStars site.
That everywhere, you can listen to my projects. I actually have a music page where people can listen to my most recent project. And then there's also a beat store as well, and then people can peruse the instrumentals too. It's all there.
Perfect. You're the best of both worlds. That's what
Yeah.
it is. All right, Lyrical Fix. One more time. Round of applause again for Spenser Sterling joining us. Y'all already know. Give him a gunshot too. Give him a gunshot while we at it. Wait, that was the actual gunshot? Wait, was that? Did I hear?
That was me. That was me. Sorry.
No, man. That shit.
No,
I'm like, you got that type of sound? I'm like, that's dope. Nigga got a straight up.
I know. I have debated on getting the Kevin Hart. Pew pew. I've debated on getting
pew
that.
pew pew.
I like that.
Yo,
thank
Spence,
you again.
Thank you again for coming, bro.
Of course, it was great to see both of y'all today.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Likewise, brother, man. Yo, stay safe out there, man.
I want that the Slim Shady shit. Definitely send
of
that
course.
over. I want to hear that.
I'll send that to the IG right now.
I bet.
Let us
Thank
know,
you
brother,
so
man.
much. Bye,
All right,
love.
brother, man. Easy to you, man.
Take it easy, y'all.
And we back. Thank you again to our guest for today. Yes. Thank you again for thank you to our guest today again, Nova Soprano, Interstate Runnaz gang, and also to Spenser Sterling, MittMusic.com. You know, I always like, man, we get different guests, like not the same type of rapper. We've been doing really good with that. We get different types of rappers.
When we talked about getting Nada on, that made me think about like, okay, yeah, I think it's time to get more females on this shit.
Oh, absolutely.
We really only had LB, and that was like the entire S double.
Right. So it's about time to get another female in here. Absolutely.
No, it's about.
I mean, hey, we're on the right track. We got female producer for the month, so. You know what I mean? So we're starting right. Plus, we got we got to definitely.
I'm doing a horrible job.
We got to fill the female quota
for my gender. Yeah.
You being so assertive and everything.
Fucking up. Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna get into if you don't know. We have a few other topics to get into, but the chop up ran a lot longer than we thought, so we're just gonna get straight into if you don't know. And the topics we were gonna save for this episode, we were gonna talk about this episode. We're gonna save it for next week because next week will just be me and you. So yeah.
And if you don't know,
all right. So
if
you don't know, the first one goes from kind of a friend of the show. He's from the Real Music Camp, which is comprised of K Proetic, his twin brother, if you didn't know, Olive, Kid Alik, and the artist in mentioned today is Moses the Raven, who is, if you let K Proetic tell you, he's like the backbone of the group. He's the engineer. He is a producer. He is also an artist. I got to meet the kid also at Where Beats Meets Bars. I believe this was in New Brunswick. And I had to go up against him one of the rounds. And that's where I got to meet him. I was like, oh, you with K? All right, that's what's up. And then I got to hear his music. And, man, the kid is very talented. He just dropped another single called Run It Up. I'm not sure if he produced it. I'm pretty sure he did, being that he's the rapper-producer. But, man, my only issue...
Kay was talking about how he was like, I don't know how he does it. He's like, I
don't
know how he does it.
He was working hard.
Doing 95 on the highway. You tell me to slow it down, but you excited. You don't gotta go to work, girl, it's a Friday. You tell me do the right thing, but crime pays. Shit, I'ma run it up.
Now, obviously, amazing fucking tracker. I wouldn't be mentioning it. So Moses, great job to you, man. I've fucking respected craft ever since we met. You're a good, down-to-earth dude. I love what you're doing with everything, man. So great fucking track. My only issue with the track is that it's too short. Now, I don't know if it's a snippet. I don't know if that's the official single. But once I heard that first verse end and then the hook and then you just a shortened second verse, I was like, oh, man. Like, because I was ready to hear like a whole 3-4 minutes of that joint and it just wasn't there. But other than that, shit is bananas. If you make a remix and you add something else or if you need a little feature, I'll let you know what I'm saying. Track is fucking bananas. So shout out to Moses the Raven. Run it up and make sure everybody listens and goes run that up. That shit is fucking bananas.
Yeah, that is a short song. My first, if you don't know, is Soulfull. He did a freestyle over Kendrick Lamar's Feel. And that shit, bruh, he fucking went in.
That I don't speak when I know shit. I feel I've been the reason for most shit. If you see me, then you saw I was hopeless. I feel like I've been really the dopest. I feel that you should already know this. I feel like I've been missing our friendship. I feel I got a past not to mention. I feel like I'm avoiding attention. I feel like there's a void not to mention. I feel I've been awaiting your call. I feel like I'm forever gonna start. I feel like I I can't remember it all. I feel like I've been stressed.
B from We Are Jersey, she had mentioned him to me, and I'm like, I was like, I don't know who that is, never, whatever. And then I finally listened to his shit, going through his Instagram. I'm like, well, damn. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right. Followed him from then, just been keeping tabs, and then he dropped that shit maybe within a couple days. So good, so good. Like,
Yeah, man.
I can't wait for a project to come out from him. And
I was put on to him by B as well a couple of years back, so I've known of the guy. We never met personally, haven't seen him at a show, but man, definitely.
No, he's in Atlanta.
Oh, he's in Atlanta. All right, that explains that. Okay, well then, then just in general, I think he's one of the better spitters out here right now that I've heard.
No, he's dope. He's from Jersey, but he moved out to Atlanta.
Right. Okay, that explains it. Well, shout out to Soulfull, man, because I haven't got a chance to meet him. Hopefully, I do get to one day, or at least off of here. But dude is incredibly talented. A lot of pain in his lyrics. I felt a lot of that shit. Not even just that one, because I haven't got a chance to really hear that one yet, but I will be after we're done here. But everything I've heard in the past, crazy. Introspection on level 10. I respect this dude's hustle.
Cadence for it. He has the voice for it. Like, it just... Man.
I'm a sucker for that type of artist. Like, as someone that puts their pain in the lyrics, like, I respect it. He's not chasing anything. He's exactly who he is at all times.
It's like the artistry, It's for the, it's for the art of it. Yeah.
Someone who obviously is big on craftsmanship. You can hear it in his lyrics. Like, he's not just putting shit out. There is no filler bars with this guy, and that's what I appreciate about rappers like that. So shout out to Soulfull for that one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, your next one.
All right. So next up is former producer of the show. I forget what month. I think it was 2 or 3 months ago. And the dude also raps as well, man. And definitely one of the most humble, personable, very nice, down to earth guys that you'll ever meet, man. Savior the Savior. Oh my God, his track.
We're just doing a little round of applause for Savior.
Cause man, I told him too when he posted. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna be talking about this at the pod, so just be ready. Because this song that he put out, my God, The Last Airbender.
When the sun shines, it pours through my pores. Glowing up my melanin, information in store. Filling up my memory bank, my empty gas tank. Can't stop, won't stop. Living off of my traits, I can only be who I am.
So smooth. So I missed it. Because when you had told me that was your If You Don't Know, I'm like, wait, he put something out? Hold on. Because he just posted about something a few days ago, like prior. So I'm like, how did I miss this?
Produced by, and I hope I don't get the name wrong, K Cypher, that produced this. Man, just Savvy knows I'm a boom bap kid at heart. You know, so when you give me anything boom bap, I'm going to listen. And the one thing that I appreciate about Savvy and his boom bap tracks is that he has his own style, his own cadence, his own flow with it. It reminds me, I don't know if it's the mixing of the track, but it always gives me that 90s throwback feeling. I don't know if that's what he's going for, but that's the vibe that I get every time. And it's just like we were talking about before with Sterling, the purist. Like, this guy is a hip-hop purist at heart. And I appreciate that, because so many people try so hard to just go against the grain and do some other shit. But this guy knows his lane, stays in it, and keeps innovating in that lane. And that's what I've been appreciating from him. Just seeing his work in the past year, from when I first met him at the Therapy at the Park show in person. And he's always just the same dude, never changes, very humble.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you weren't there. He was at Check It. That was the first time I met him. And he was one of those that kind of surprised me. I was like, oh, okay. I was like,
he was in that producer battle at that spot.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, I didn't.
He was there. He was there. I didn't get to bump into him. It was so packed. He didn't, for some reason or other, he didn't go far into the first round, which I thought was bullshit.
I think you guys told me, because I was getting live updates from LB and I think Gus. Yeah. That was getting live updates.
I could be wrong, but he did not make the Final Four when they did that fucking.
No, I don't think he made it past round 1 or 2 or some shit like that.
Either way, it was that whole thing was bullshit. Savvy. I know you, bro, and I know the shit you bring to the table, and that fucking. And I hate to bring it back, but that fucking contest was bullshit from the beginning.
That shit was fuck. Anyway,
that's a nice way of putting it.
Savvy, you know you fire.
Savvy, you know you fire, bro. So you don't need a contest to tell you
from a couple. I mean, like, we're biased because we're a couple of boom bap heads, but nah, he's fire. Fuck out of here.
Hey, no, but you gotta give credit where credit's due. You gotta give flowers
Oh
where they're
yeah.
supposed to be. And dude is nice.
Exactly. All right, so my next one, this girl named Sunnie. I this one, have no idea how I found her, probably through like a wormhole on Instagram, but she is fire. And I didn't know this. I didn't read her bio fully, but not only is she a singer and songwriter, she's also an engineer and a model. She's a pretty girl. Yeah, and she's an engineer. I fucking love that.
It's a hell of a threat.
Why don't I answer my phone? Why am I always alone? Why is no one ever home? Why do I see more than what's shown to me? Why do I feel stronger?
Women stand up. Stand the fuck up.
You can sing. You can sing, you can mix your own shit, and on top of that, when you present it, you look good.
See, but she's not only a pretty face. She could do anything.
No, it's none of that. But you know how it is in this industry, man. These dudes half the time they don't want to hear from a girl that can spit if she's not hot. Like me, I don't care. I'm skill first. If you can rap, you can fucking rap, and you're gonna get my attention. You're gonna get my respect. But unfortunately, there's a bunch of these fucking dudes who do not care if they're spitting unless she looks good.
Yeah, no, and sometimes with that, like, talent doesn't mean anything, because I'm not gonna feel like I'm getting myself in trouble for this, but I came across somebody who, she was talented but not really up there, and she was super cute, and I just felt like, damn, is this just a pretty face type of scenario? Like, is that what it comes down to?
Yeah, there's a lot of pretty faces.
That was that one thing where it's like, okay, is this really just that? Because of talent, like, she has many talents. It's just the one thing that she's doing. I don't think she should be doing it.
Right.
So
There's a lot of pretty faces that just get that one flow and think they can fucking rock.
Oh God.
I've been seeing it. We all been seeing it. We've all been seeing
that hour of my life back.
People can do that one flow and they think they can fucking rap, and then you put them on other beats and you just start seeing, okay, they just sound the same every fucking track. This ain't gonna work. Yeah. So shout out to the ones that can.
Oh, for sure. Oh, I didn't even say the song. So yeah, Sunnie just dropped I mean, it'll be playing anyway. I'm not gonna play it late, but it'll Everything Stops. That's the track that I'm highlighting. Oh yeah, that was If You Don't Know.
If You Don't Know.
Oh shit. So before we wrap up, because I know you're about to, shout out to Danny Ray, friend
Danny Ray.
I feel like I'm gonna get sued if we keep saying friend of the show. But yeah, friend of the show, Danny Ray.
Friend of the show. They've been saying it before that nigga started saying it.
True, you're right. So yeah, friend of the show, Danny Ray from La Cocina podcast.
La Cocina.
Just got a new deal. She's gonna be rolling out her new show, the Danny Ray Show, on
round of applause.
Yeah, let me do a round of applause right there.
The Corner Radio app, I believe.
Yeah. Station Head on the Corner Radio app. Yo, she's so proud of this girl. She's been trucking it. She's been fucking killing it, and she's been doing this for so long that it's good that, something finally pays off.
Oh yeah, man. And she was talking extra spicy. She was letting niggas know, like, yo, I'm here now. Ooh, I'm here now, bitch.
The spice. The fucking spice.
Like, get the fuck away from your feelings. It's a new girl in town. It's a new woman. It's a new queen on the block.
She be letting them know.
And I'm playing with you niggas. The Danny Ray Show is going to be premiering Monday through Thursday, 9 to 10 p.m. on the Station Head app. At Corner Radio. Station Head, app. At Corner Radio. The Danny Ray Show. It's happening. I don't know exactly what she's doing. She's going to do interviews, playing music, but like it or not, homegirl got her own show. And there ain't nothing y'all could do about it. Y'all wanted that Station Head
Danny
app.
Ray comes.
Guess what? You're not on the Station Head. If anything, you're on the Station Foot. You're not even thought about right now. You're at the Station Foot. You at the bottom, my nigga. Okay, you trying to reach Danny Ray's level? Get to the Station Head, because you not there.
You're so fucking stupid.
If anything, you at the Station Ankle, my nigga. You at the foot. You at the heel. You at the Achilles, and you can't take this woman down. Okay. All right, that's a friend of the show. All right, she was gracious enough to let us on her show. She gave a hell of an interview. We interviewed her right the hell back. And it just goes to show you that we can hang with the elite. And she's part of that elite.
We got to do that again, but like on our platform, because we were on her
yeah.
platform. We switched it around, but
Switched
yeah,
it around on her.
because
So
she
gonna
only
have to
does.
come our way.
What was she? She does like, hour shows or half hour. Forgot.
She does hour shows, hour-long shows.
Yeah, she was just like, oh, I've never. I'm like, no, that's
Hey,
what we do.
you know what? I'm just saying. Maybe that's one of the female guests.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Well, yeah. No, for sure.
Maybe.
We got to get her back on.
So yeah, shout out to the elite one out there doing her thing. Shout out to Station Head for making the right choice and getting a young gunner out there, a young media queen. And gonna do her thing, man. We're gonna be watching. We're gonna be supporting just like she support us.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. And also, shout out last week you mentioned them. Shout out to the Scene podcast as well, who left us some lovely comments as well. What was homegirl's name?
Bree.
Shout out with Bree. Yeah. Shout out to Bree, showing us love. Shout out to the Scene podcast doing their thing out here as well as we are. You know what I mean? The podcast game, it don't have to be no beef into it. We can all support each other. We can all listen. We can all laugh with each other and keep moving together and getting this bag out here if there is one. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about, man. Creatives, right?
You're so fucking petty.
All right, so I'm gonna leave it that. Hey, man, it's just after a while it turns into
it gets old. Yeah,
it's unnecessary. All right, so with that being said, man, as always, you can check us out at the Lyrical Fix Pod. You can hear us on Anchor, Audio Mac, Apple, Spotify, and shout out to Sade, doing a great job as ever on the YouTube, making sure those clips are up and running. Shout out to Pro, he's doing his little 1 minute clips on the side for IG.
You're doing it.
I'm doing all right.
Rocking it. You rocking
it. You know,
it.
the production quality is up there, I got to say. It is. It's pretty good. You see me putting the outline on that font. That's all me.
I seen it.
You see it.
Oh,
you see it out here, man. No, but check us out. Make sure to like, rate, subscribe, comment. Don't comment no bullshit. Don't make me do this again. All right. Like, get over yourself.
No, for sure.
Get the fuck over yourself. Like, all right.
Oh,
if you don't like it, you don't like it. But give me a good fucking reason why. All right.
All right. Let's wrap this up.
All right. From the dull and dry one to the energetic one, the funny one. Want to wish everybody. Want to wish everybody a happy and safe quarantine. As always, wash your hands, wash your ass. Make sure you wash your significant other's ass as well. And
yeah. But you know, if you're gonna see, again to that shower sex, that shit is just so overrated. Like,
it's tough. It really is. It really is.
Like showering together, that's nothing.
Great
that's
activity.
Fine. Yeah, that's cool. You know, but shower sex, nah.
Takes a strategy.
No, and I'm definitely not washing his ass though. That's too much. I'll probably get his back. That's about it.
Oh, it's fair. It's good. It's a spot we can't reach. It's a spot we can't reach.
Yeah, like I'll look out for you, but you're gonna have to get your ass because I ain't touching that shit.
Fair enough. Thank you for the shower etiquette. I appreciate that. All right, so as always, Lyrical Fix Pod has been another great, informative episode. A lot of gems were dropped. Thank you to our guest, Nova Soprano, and thank you to Spenser Sterling for coming through, sharing their wisdom and dropping knowledge as always. We appreciate that more than y'all ever know. Shout out to all the people that we mentioned, our honorable mentions, and shout out to everybody on the If You Don't Knows from both artists and from us as well, man. Thank you for making this music during quarantine, keeping us all happy and healthy and motivated.
1,000%.
We appreciate y'all more than y'all ever know, man. So as always, from Lyrical Fix Pod, my name is Kid Pro.
My name is Sade.
And we'll catch y'all next week. Be easy, be safe. Peace.
Peace.